All right, welcome back to the To Be Fair Show. I am your host, Johnny P.
Over here, real.
It's Q.
And we back. Better get back into it. Before we get started, we want to handle a little bit of business. Want to tell everybody to subscribe, hit notifications, follow us on all social media at the To Be Fair Show.
Mm-hmm.
That's on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Tap in the chat. Super chats get read immediately. We'll try to, engage with the chat over. What's up?
Yeah, I guess going along to that one merch alert.
Mm-hmm.
I see shirts everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all can get one of these. It come with something on the back. They got nice little To Be Fair Show matching merch as well. The pocket tee. So tell me how y'all feel about this. I think that this is fair. And this goes along with super chats. Shout out brother Marcus last week. He gave some really good donations. And we came up with the idea, especially as we're starting to get our merch out, that we also want to show appreciation to our supporters, our followers, our listeners, in which I think it's fair to say super chats of would it be a good amount, 50 and up, guaranteed t-shirt.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that fair?
Absolutely.
I like that.
Absolutely.
That's very fair.
Marcus set a standard out here for us, didn't he?
Yeah. I like that.
Appreciate it.
So again, whether you just want to order some merch or you want to donate 50 to the show, super chats of at least 50, we will guarantee you a shirt. We'll connect in the DMs and we'll figure it out. But I want to kind of put that out there as some quick housekeeping. Johnny?
Oh yeah, I appreciate it. We better get into the interview. It's been hitting the.
This is the meme of the week, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
It's been hitting the airwaves, so I think it'd be good to do a little unpacking. On that one. So Q, you got. I mean, not Q, but Tone, you got us queued up. That's where I was going with it.
And so I guess if we give some version of a backdrop because Johnny didn't introduce nothing to thing. We're talking about Cam Newton. Well, my bad. Let me rewind that. We're talking about Dr. Cheyenne Bryant.
Correct.
And she went on Cam Newton this week. And that interview in itself, there was a bunch of parts that went viral. You've seen 1,000 think pieces on the internet from it. You've seen your favorite Facebook thread go crazy off of it, I'm sure. And then subsequently, the Nick Cannon interview was a little older, but it resurfaced and went viral as well. Where some people might say that she was proverbial. Damn, I can't say that word right now. But she nonetheless she was serving him.
Yeah, she was.
She was serving him. So that's what we're gonna react to. I don't know where y'all want to start at.
Well, we'll start at what we call the box.
A box.
A box is where Cam and Nick Cannon reside. I mean,
it looks similar to a blender too. that used to be a thing too. It looked Cam a couple times he dove head first.
Oh yeah.
He was
a couple times he went.
There was definitely spaces that he dove head first,
like just
and almost tried to be victim-esque in his diving. So
a little bit, some of it.
I guess. What do y'all want to start at? We can talk about the broken home part. We can talk about the high functioning versus high value part. I think that there was a bit of like the identity politic part that they got into where they started speaking about like, who are you to tell me advice? Pretty much.
Can we start like I guess the beginning was at the Wikipedia page.
That was crazy.
Like he tried to serve. So I guess.
What happened with that? I didn't really rewatch that part. I've seen that.
Telling her about she not having a Wikipedia page.
Right.
Yeah, and she put him in a box there too. You can tell that he was just undermanned. He didn't have what it took to really like. If you were going to catch her slipping, these guys aren't the guys you want trying to get it done, because they did a pretty bad job of whatever they were trying to do. They ended up in the goddamn box.
Well, yeah, they went to war with like rocks, and she had guns.
What's funny about
but they threw the first rock though. But he threw the first rock.
They did.
I'm gonna tell you the truth though. What was funny about the whole thing to me is she put him in a box, completely being herself.
Yeah.
It wasn't a thing of I'm trying to have any type of character or anything like. She literally was just being herself, speaking real. Like, I know this much about me. This is how I am. That right there was what showed me a lot.
And she knew that they were in the box, because every time they asked this quote unquote tough question, I love this. I love this question. That's when you know you in a box.
That's the scary part. You like,
Exactly.
you think you about to hit her with something, and she like, I like this.
Exactly.
This is
what I'm here for.
So I guess if we jump into, I guess I'm gonna try and like navigate it as chronological as possible. I know there was a spot that he asked about the identity politics. She is 41 years old. She is single. Never been married, no children. And he asked, who are you pretty much to be giving advice to me or to people, or I guess to married people, or I'm not sure, because he's not a marriage counselor at all.
Right.
I think she's just like a regular therapist, but she broke that down as well. But what is your thoughts? That is she someone, or should somebody giving advice be qualified inside the spaces in which I guess they're giving advice to people in?
Nah, I mean, I said this last week, I think, and she, you know, she said she gives life advice. She gives, like, she said she don't do couples therapy. She said I do individual therapy or individual psychology with couples, with two individuals that just so happen to be in a relationship. And I do like the self-fulfillment work, the healing part, and then y'all come and it makes you better partners. But I don't think the angle she went at it is like, I'm not doing couples counseling, I'm doing individual counseling for people that happen to be in relationships. And it sounded like, I haven't looked at it, sounded like she do other counseling too. I
think a lot of it, I don't think that she's really based in relationship conversations. Right. It seemed like teen dysfunction and shit like that. I guess those are the things that she was on, and kind of like she built her brand.
I think she produced Teen Mom.
Yeah. I'd say for me, I wouldn't. It's okay. So I'll start here. I agree. Like, as an individual counselor, especially with the credentials that she has, she is definitely capable and equipped to, and definitely she showed that throughout the show. She's definitely equipped to give a life advice or life counseling. And she did, like you said, some of these people are married. I will say that as a married man, I'm not going to be seeking marriage counseling, though we know that that's not what she said she didn't. That's not what she does. I wouldn't myself seek marriage counsel from an unmarried person. I could definitely see as an individual where we can talk about what could help me be a better man. Speaking like a man helping me, like, you know what I mean? Coaching me as a man that I actually revere as a good man. He could help me get, you know what I mean? You know, make some crooked lines straight. You lost?
No, I'm just saying, so you don't think she could have any, like, or you just wouldn't do it for marriage counseling?
Right. I wouldn't do it for marriage counseling, but I, at the end of the day, I would assume she's probably got degrees in both psychology and sociology. Then she's 17 years in, 16, 17 years in, she said. So she's definitely equipped to help someone, you know what I mean, get their life, you know, to give them good counseling and good therapy sessions, I believe.
Okay, but just not in marriage.
Yeah, I wouldn't seek marriage counseling from a single person. That, to me, that's a little bit of a stretch for me.
Yeah, I'd probably say good advice is good advice. I think that if you have something, or like I think that you, like, long story less long, if you have something pertinent that is valuable, I don't specifically need to run down your resume for it to be applicable good advice. I guess that'd be the easiest way for me to put it.
I'd agree.
I agree with that.
So from there, what was the kind of next step? I know we wrote down a couple things. It was something before we got into the broken home thing.
Was it the high value?
But before that, it was another thing. Johnny felt some kind of way about it.
Oh, emulating other people's relationships.
Okay, yeah. So they got into the conversation where they started speaking. Well, Cam kind of ran down the idea that, okay, so you didn't grow up in a 2-parent household. So that means you didn't have any people to, like, you didn't see that growing up. So is there anybody that you mimic your relationship after, or something like that?
Or someone that you kind
emulate.
of
that was the word that he used.
Emulate
your relationship after. So I don't know, Johnny.
Well, I mean, I'll say this: it was a semantics thing that because she ended up breaking it down. And it was like I do admire, but when I heard the kind of like I felt a little bit like Cam, like when he said it might be a red flag if like you don't feel like you can take advice from other people. And when
Is that what she said?
But when she answered it, that's what I initially thought. And I was like, I kind of get what he's saying. She ended up breaking it down, and it ended up just being a semantics thing. But she said,
what was the semantic part?
What it was is that she was answering a question that he didn't do. She even said like maybe we just missed each other,
right?
Because when at first, remember, she started talking about how like she looks at herself, valuing herself, and like because she's done all of this work, she doesn't want to be like anyone else. She just wants to be like herself. And Cam was like, hold on, that's a red flag for me. And then she was saying it was a disconnect at some point where he was actually asking her, who could you look at to see a relationship that, you know what I mean, that is something that you would want for yourself, or these are some things I can see that I would want for myself. And then he started saying like, you don't have an ecosystem, and you know what I mean, you don't have people around you, so that's a red flag. And so essentially it ended up breaking down to where she realized that she didn't necessarily answer the question or understand the question the way that he was asking it. So she had to clarify. And that's when she really went and breaking it down about having, friends that are married, some unmarried. And the idea of like, getting information, whether it's like learning things not to do from single people, or whether it be learning things that, from married people that she would implement or she thinks healthy. But yeah, I think that was most of it was just a disconnect in the question, the understanding of the question at first.
And yeah, I guess I didn't look at it that way. I thought that Cam Newton was trying to drive like a specific narrative that he got off of her first answer, in which that she answered, because he asked it really vaguely at first, where he asked, who do you like? It was something along the fact that she didn't have any, like she didn't grow up seeing anything like a two-parent household. And so she answered that part as saying like, no, there's nobody that I, grew up emulating and stuff like that comparison. And the clarification that she ended up making was just the fact that I do have a bunch of friends in 2024. There's a bunch of different spots that I point at.
But I thought she was saying even today, I don't look at the people around me and think that
I want what they
and want to take things from the friends around her today still.
We probably about to do what they doing. She clarified that like more than a couple times, in the fact of like the word emulate and be exactly like is dangerous because you don't know what's happening behind closed doors.
For sure she did.
But are there characteristics of their relationship that I think are good and admirable? Right. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That was like those. I think that to me that's how I in general operate as well. Like I'd be hard pressed to be like, I want to be like them, because you don't know what's happening behind closed doors.
For sure.
Like that looks like a really good relationship. It looks healthy. Maybe there's some small things that I can take that they do, but I personally don't look at anybody's relationship and be like, I want to be like that relationship.
No, I agree. I definitely agree with that. But again, it was like you say, it was the semantics, and that's where I first noticed her being a little long-winded, and so I ain't think she necessarily, was talking. I think she was taking. So that's what I kind of know the answer is getting a little long, or I felt like Cam could have jumped in there a little quicker. But that was my first take. I agree with what she said, but
I think her answers were thorough. I don't really think they was. I think she was being thorough in the way that she answered, because he was kind of. It was like he kind of was trying to antagonize her a little bit. It felt like.
Yeah, the whole boxing gloves and all of that. He thought that he was going to be able to get something that he ended up not getting.
Yeah. And she didn't give into that. And I respect that a lot about her. She authentically was herself. And I don't know if people understand how hard it is sometimes. Like people who are really trying to be themselves, they understand. Matter of fact, she said something along the lines of pretty much like something along the lines of the more you know yourself, and the more you understand yourself and you identify your flaws, you kind of have more compassion for other people. It was kind of along the lines of that. Like, yeah, that thought process is kind of the same way that she was approaching with him. Like you can see what she was saying in her living. It's wholly authentic. That's what I thought was dope.
Yeah, in which I think like in the back end we could probably I do have critiques of her as well, but I think that the conversations and where she landed at in those, and which I guess is probably a good time to run a clip. I thought that, you know, she did very well navigating the conversations. So
right.
yeah, let's run that first one right there. That'll probably be
you got the right time mark, Brian?
Yeah, I think that I tried to get that one as close as I could to without getting to the meat of the conversation.
Can I correct it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or can I give you more?
Yeah, some more information. Heck yeah.
So I'm not married,
Yeah.
right? I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
I didn't do my
It's a
research. I
box.
thought it was 4, but 8. Okay.
No, baby.
Cool.
It's
By how
8.
many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more. Now,
By multiple women? What's the intent?
I
I'm
just
saying,
want
or
God
by
to
your
bring
wife?
them. I just want God to bring them.
Oh, okay. And you have so you just
Because my point is this. My desire to get married
Mhm.
is lower than my fear of divorce. So, as you had said, Dr. Bryant, you said it, I didn't say it. I will agree. I'm just taking my time.
You're not taking your time.
I am though.
You're being very action-based. You're not taking your time. You're being very action-based.
I'm taking my time.
You're being very action-based. You have 8 kids
Yeah.
with 3 different women.
Yes.
You are creating, procreating, and multiplying. That is not taking your time. You're being very selectively active. Okay? So you're creating, in disclaimer, the kids are innocent. They are beautiful and amazing. Anything I say has nothing to do with them babies, because I can't wait to be a mom, and I love the kids, period. But you are proactively choosing where you want to be active at and where you want to take your time. You want to take your time in having a wife because of your own fears. But you will, and I say this with all respect and love, what I'm about to say next, okay, Cam? But you will selfishly create broken families, even if you're in their life and you're a proactive father, and I believe you're an amazing daddy. I can only imagine with just your presence and knowing you thus far. But these families are still broken. Every child cannot have Papa in the house with.
All right, so I guess it's probably like a good, you know, pinpoint to kind of put it at. What y'all think?
Is because it's the only. I mean, I agree with what she said on the front end. Like that is a selfish act, not wanting to, you know, get married and having, you know, all those kids and still wanting to be more. I do think it's selfish, but what she said at the end is a blended family, a broken family. Like, I don't know if I could agree with that part. Like, does blended actually mean broken?
So, in my opinion,
necessarily agree.
If you just look at it like, I think we can kind of know people in certain scenarios, and we can see that maybe it is a successful blended family. But the idea is that, like, is it if it's fixed or is it broken? Fixed would be the 100% right answer, which would be both parents being in the home with their children, raising their children. That is the right answer. And then the wrong answer would be not having that. So broken is a strong word that can trigger people. But in my opinion, it's like either it's fixed or it's broken.
Yes or no, black
or
white.
Yes or no. Like,
well, yeah, is your kid being raised in the 2-parent household that is both his mother and father?
Right.
So the answer would be, if the answer is no, then it's a version of a broken family.
Right.
So, like,
it's a trigger word though. Now niggas get hot about the broken. I get that,
they
but
do, but it doesn't explicitly denote that you're doing a bad job. But
Right.
the reality of it is what it is. Like for me, I have a son that is raised in what you would say a blended or a broken family structure, because me and his mother aren't together. And like, whether, you know what I mean, it's broken or not, that doesn't mean that it's not like a healthy relationship. It doesn't mean that it's not successful. But the idea that me and his mother are split means that the family unit has been broken in 2.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, I was triggered. I mean, and like I said, I'm not even from that situation, but I wouldn't want to go and, like, even at the end when she said it's blended, but
it's broken.
Like I feel like you did, as a psychologist, there might have been a better way to kind of deliver that message that wouldn't be triggering.
The
you want to make niggas feel better?
Niggas, that's the same thing. Cam got into his whole what you call him, the turned into a black And this is that part right here turned into
a single black woman.
A single black woman. Well, baby mama, like you really. Oh yeah, well, but I'm doing a good job, and or what it was.
I'm like, doing the best I can with what I have.
Exactly. But he was triggered though. Like
he was triggered.
That how productive is that though?
But my thing is
what part? I think that what she did in the conversation that is around this is really productive. Because I don't believe that just because you have a bunch of money and you can pay for all of the kids, does that mean that you should go out there and spread your semen to everybody and have as many kids as possible and raise them inside these different versions of broken homes and then promote the idea that I'ma do more. And I ain't getting married, so it could be with more. And it's like that is a cycle of what dysfunction or degeneracy in general.
Well, I think that's the broken part. It's like if it happens, cool. But then the I'ma do it some more part is where it's
but see the problem is that's the problem. If it happens, cool. No, it's not cool. You'll move forward and do the best you can moving forward. But the fact that you saying that it's cool, then no, that's the dysfunction part.
Preferably if as you grow up or like as you mature, you have a realization of like, damn, if I can go back in one time, I would prefer all my kids to be inside the exact same household. And you would walk inside like that intentionality. Like if not, you're kind of coping to an extent, or you don't read statistics well enough. Like if you want to set your kids up for the best version of success. Johnny?
Oh no, I don't disagree. I would just say that's the part where, like, as I'm watching it, you'd be like,
get out your goddamn feelings, bro. Right. Get straight there. We talk about accountability all the time on this show. And accountability is something
niggas like to call women out for being emotional and not logical. Facts. This is like an emotional and not logical
and you
like take
and you notice both hosts, Nick and Cam, both went into this emotion about the truth. Like, bro, just because you're living it doesn't mean we should normalize it. We're gonna talk about normalizing dysfunction later. I got a question about how y'all feel about that, but this is a prime example of like
Johnny was normalizing dysfunction.
Yeah, Johnny.
I wasn't normalizing, but I also wasn't just
empathizing with dysfunction.
I wasn't trying to stigmatize it either, and like shun motherfuckers and make you feel like you less than because you might not have the perfect. That's all I was doing. Like, but fuck it.
Do we? All right, so it's a good pin spot right here. I guess for this part, let's read some of these comments, and then we can move on to another point of contention in the conversation.
I feel that someone that's not married can tell a person that's married how to have a successful relationship, because a marriage is about the feelings of two consenting people, not God or government. Cam Newton is a great individual, but his relationships is on issues. He has wiped up strippers to businesswomen. As Q said, casual sex is a great thing.
Right. Get them women on the depot.
Cam is an excellent father. Nothing else matters.
That's an interesting take.
At the end of the day, like the fact that you're a great father, we're not negating that. At the end of the day, you have to also see or think of what it's like to see your mother and father in the house together, love on each other, and that helps you to understand what this love looks like, especially if you are tied to these people in that way. Right, there's levels to this shit. I'm not saying that him being that he's not a great father, as she did in the episode too. She did say like, I'm sure you're a great father. But at the end of the day, the correct answer is this. That's the wrong answer. Like, and that's just what it is, bro. You ain't got to get in your feelings about it. It's a fact.
And my thing is that we have to, as a collective, decide what is quote unquote on code. Shout out David Walker. What is like what we're pushing and looking for is 2-parent households what we want as a community. Like like I've heard it said from everybody, like from black conservative, black liberals be on like different times sometimes. But most people that are looking to build this like the foundation of the black community, we say that the 2-parent household is hyper important. Then we also demonize the idea of taking a man outside the house, right? And like them targeting the black 2-family household. So if we're saying that, we can't do the thing where it's fun to then drag on women when they break up these relationships, or they got a bunch of baby daddies and like they're inside this scenario, But then when men are promoting the idea of like, shit, fuck it, I do some more.
And that was a great point where you said that, because what we don't do is we don't ask when we say, oh, she got all them kids. We don't say, I wonder how great of a mother. Is she a great mother though? We don't never caveat it with that. Is she a great mother though? That's never what we say. We look at all them kids and be like, God damn, she got all them fucking kids. She for the streets. It goes all the way to the streets and all with the shit.
But a lot of these, we don't call women out for being bad mothers a lot either though. Like it's almost like a given. It's almost like you almost just give that to them.
I don't know. I feel like we're definitely inside like a time in which
not as much as they call
single black motherhood is not like a hyper, not promoted. What is the thing? It's not looked at favorably. Like right now, there's a time where it's like saying how bad all the kids be turning out from single black mothers.
Right.
That's the time that we are in.
Yeah, no, I guess that's true. But like, they don't individually like I think you might say she for the streets, but nobody be like, well, she's the deadbeat mother. Like, because the mom
well, she can't be a deadbeat mother if the kids is with her.
But so I think, well, maybe that's how I see it, where the kid, like the women get the benefit of the doubt.
Well, she can still be a deadbeat mother. Yeah, I believe that you can be a deadbeat and have your damn kids. But that's just, you go ahead, my bad, Johnny.
Well, no, I was just saying, so like, I feel like where men don't get the benefit of the doubt, like that's where women, they kind of get more of a benefit of the doubt on being a good mother, more so than a dad would.
What I'll say now is that I think that like throughout our growing up, that is the case. But the time we're in now, they ain't getting slack. Like we are definitely like on their neck right now. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, like I have my critiques of, you know what I mean, the women of our community as well as the men of our community. But like this in this conversation, especially as it relates to the Cam situation and the Nick Cannon situation, she did a great job. And like I didn't see a fallacy in what she was saying. Like, get out your feelings. Like they already said, the men we getting weaker and weaker, bro. This is one of those things. You got them getting triggered. And I'm not saying you don't even have kids. Yeah, I'm just saying like what they did was literally like you're getting triggered off of like, nigga, this is what the truth is. This is your lifestyle. And they're not saying that you're not a great father. But at the end of the day, the answer is not that. If we're trying to build the community, we already know the 2-parent household is the dynamic that we are shooting for.
Well, and I agree with you. And I think the goal like is to make people or to get a motherfucker like Cam to change his mind and to like look at life a little different. It's triggering him. I don't know if that's the right way to. I think it's. I think it's the better way.
Yeah, let's just tuck them in. Hey, it ain't even the wound. Niggas getting band-aids on fucking closed skin and everything, bro. What you need a band-aid for?
What's about? I mean, I just think like if you fuck it up, I could be like, hey, fuck you, or you can approach things a different way, and I think that's all. But I agree with the overall point though, because I don't think he should be out here making more babies and creating more broken, quote unquote, broken families. I think that is irresponsible. But how you go about telling people they're being irresponsible and getting them to be receptive, I think.
Hey Johnny, delicate. If you fucking up, bro, I'm gonna say, hey Johnny, bro, you're fucking up. If Tone over there fucking up, I was like, hey Tone, I wish that you could stop doing it. No, bro, you fucking up, bro. Fix that shit, bro. Like that's just what it is, bro.
I mean, you can tell. I get it. It's trigger sometimes. You clearly saw it worked. Like, she did it twice, so there's clearly something there. Where with Nick Cannon and Cam, it's she did it twice.
Then you make yourself look away when the whole conversation is about emotional intelligence, which then goes into low functioning, high functioning. If you want to take it there. Oh, look, y'all want to do another clip first, or
yeah, I guess let's try and read down these comments and then.
Okay, damn, we were supposed to be my bad.
Let me see where was we. The truth hurts. It's best that a person hear that. With that being said, most people don't want to hear what is really true. If you are not a better father than Cam, your opinion is irrelevant.
Jeez.
That's funny. What you mean, like a better father? Meaning what? I got more money and I can provide.
Yeah, I wonder what is that?
If he's talking high value or high function.
Hey, that's one of them. That sounds like one of them dudes that don't have kids. One of them statements that motherfuckers. You just keep going, Tone. We're not even going to stay there.
What is that? What would that mean?
Doesn't mean anything.
Does it mean like if you don't have more money,
that's all.
Spend on your kids?
Because it's not like we actually see what the fuck going on.
Like
keep going, Tone. We'll move forward.
Why are women so quick to hold men accountable but never themselves? Respectfully. He was asking Sharon that.
Why? What is it? What is the question?
He said, "Why are women so quick to hold men accountable, but never themselves?" Respectfully.
Why are women so?
I mean, it's a question for women. I don't know if we can.
Oh yeah.
Q, the majority of men don't have kids. The majority of women do. Women control the sexual marketplace.
Oh, that's the like you're going. We actually looked these stats up, in which I think the percentage is like maybe a 10 or 15% difference. But it like also majority of men will have kids. I just looked this stat up because I seen your thing. It's at like 65% or something like that. Over a lifespan, will have at least one kid. That's what the stat does say.
So hold on, can you clarify? You said it's a 15% difference.
All right. So what you like the red pill manosphere talking point is the fact that there's a small amount of guys that's impregnating all these women, but I think like it might be inside like the 70 or 80 percentile of women across time that's going to have kids. So like the gap is like 15%.
Okay.
And that also means that, you know what I mean? Like there's like, are there specific guys like the Cams and the Knicks that can have? Yes, but that's not what is explicitly indicative across like the average of all people. In general, like if you might can use that 15 as the outlier, and like everybody else for the majority are kind of like having sex with like. You understand? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Well, that wasn't what we were talking about anyway. It sounded like he was trying to just throw some shade out of nowhere because Cam's in the box. That's what I got.
Well, he was. I don't think that shade as much as he's throwing a cape. Yeah, he was caping for him. But
go ahead,
you know,
it doesn't matter if he is a good father, but if he is a whore, ... That Sharon Young, you really think it doesn't matter if he is a great father? I think his kids would disagree. That's why it is important to make sure you make the right choice in the mate in the first place.
Agreed.
Single anything motherhood is not promoted, but single black motherhood is something that happened because of the government. You know, you got a point there because I never hear about single white motherhood or single Asian motherhood. None of that.
Yeah, that's true.
Y'all don't have the answer, LOL. How are y'all in authority? If the kids are good and he is good, then we have bigger fish to fry in our community than dragging good fathers.
Oh no, like stopping broken homes and not promoting the concept of that. Yeah. I think that like the idea of championing 2-parent households probably would be a positive thing and one of the major things that'll help progress the black family, the black community, across the board.
It's just a fact, bro. It'd be crazy how like
I don't feel like why you would like try and argue that.
Yeah.
Well, I think statistically that is true.
It's facts, bro. It's not debatable.
You can look at it and like
that is the biggest thing.
That's what it is. But like as a community, it's something that we've had an issue or like clearly like we talking about.
I just say like give out free smoke to everybody.
And like I say, you can be praised for being a good father, but there still be a thing like.
Or let's take off the gloves with all
two separate conversations.
Yeah, or let's take off all the gloves with these women as long as they good mothers. Like it's one or the other. Because we enjoy shitting on women that got a bunch of kids and don't have a man. But like if we're gonna put the cape on for the man, I agree with that. We gotta put the cape on for her too. Or let's just say both of it's horrible. Right. Or not horrible. Both of it is not preferential. There we go. Preferential.
All right.
Capes for everybody.
Capes for everybody. Fuck it, capes for everybody.
All right. That's the
we'll normalize this.
Absolute dodge of accountability right there.
I'm the empathy guy today.
A culture that promotes violence, sex, and drugs will always fail. The problem is the media is brainwashing the community into this depravity.
Okay.
Suburban black dudes that find friendship with those that grew up in the urban areas are just as bad. Vlad TV, they are culture vultures. They want to feel good but never know anything about it.
Damn, y'all black folk that live in the suburbs and y'all
who he called Vlad TV.
The suburban blacks
that grew up in
that try to appropriate inner city black culture. That's what it sounds like.
Oh shit.
Well, Why don't people ever have these?
Hey, Johnny need a Band-Aid.
He ain't talking about me.
Hey, and sometimes when they think they smell like one of them good inner city blacks, they'll let them tell them shut the fuck up and everything. I'll be like, what the hell is happening?
Unpack. What is it? Unpack 9:30 on Wednesdays.
Why don't people ever have these conversations about Elon Musk? Dude got like 10 kids.
Hey, I agree that's why he was crying about his son dying of the woke virus. I think he an asshole too. Like he was complaining about a thing when obviously he spread himself way too thin. But I also don't know how many baby moms, because he might have had all them kids with the same woman. And if you just have a bunch of kids, hey, I'm for it. Like if you want to shoot the club up with her a bunch of times, like do your thug thizzle. If you spread it out, there's no way that you can, like, you can't be that many different places.
You one person.
And y'all know this is one thing that I've been saying this spot since season 1. I hate when you start trying to put the microscope on the community. We always want to say, oh, but they're doing it. Does that make it fucking right? Does that make it right? Like, is that what we doing, bro? Is that so that's still dodging accountability. Oh yeah, I went and did this because they did it. That's the shit you did when you was in school, bro. And then when you got your consequence, you used that excuse. That shit did not work. You wore your consequence, and either you learned from it or you didn't. And we can see both sides to that in the community as well. The niggas that learn and the niggas that do not.
It's like Eminem's complaining about not having.
That's called a box.
No, it's not a box.
That's called the box.
It's not a box.
It's called 490s,
bro. No, because that means we've been having the accountability versus empathy thing for a minute, and like. The empathy, like, yes, the accountability is one. So, like, I've got that. But the way you try to do it, there has to be some empathy. You can't just call a motherfucker an asshole and expect him to listen to you. You can't just do that. And so, like, if we're trying to change the community and we want to affect change, we can't just demonize people and then expect them to just automatically wake up and do the right thing.
Levels to it, bro. Is it demonizing, or is it just telling you the fucking truth?
And not even just that. If you actually love somebody, like you got love for somebody, bro. Like if I got love for you, I'm not about to watch you mess up your life. Like if you sitting there, dog, on you taking pills and drinking every day, and I'm sitting there beside you, and I'm gonna coddle you because I don't want to tell you that you need to stop that. Like if I don't sit there and tell you, hey, you need to stop that shit, you about to die. Then I don't love you, bro.
You don't want to enable the behavior. I'm not talking about enabling or continuing allowing it, normalizing dysfunction. But I'm saying the shit that's out there, we can't just demonize and act like
but
that's not
what she
like
did,
like that's
though,
low functioning.
He came
like
off
acting like that's like nah. This
he came off in a way where
in a world where we know we've been put up against a lot of different challenges.
Here we go.
And it's just a way you handle it.
He definitely thought he was in the right, and that's why she had to say stuff the way that she said it. He didn't come in a way of I'm trying to just learn. He was being cocky. Like he was like, and I mean, I get it. I understood where he was coming from and everything, but he was being cocky. He was coming from a place like that, and so she.
Now he was trying to serve. But
he was trying. That's the same thing.
Uno reverse.
But she definitely. She had to come to a place where, okay, so if you want to ask me about you, and you ask me to tell you the truth, then I'm gonna tell you the truth. And she gave him the truth. Same as there are some truths about herself that he addressed, but she said she
and we're gonna talk about the box she climbed into with the whole it was a box she climbed into too.
Oh, we'll see. I don't know.
Oh,
I might agree on the box.
Let's get another clip. Let's get it. Oh, you still reading? My bad.
Hey, we're gonna power through these and then
power through them. Yeah. I'm gonna shut up.
In that type of situation, the children suffer because they don't get 100% of the man.
Who said that?
Mama Sharon.
Oh, okay.
Being a good father isn't about money. It's about being present and building them up. Cam is excellent at that.
Nah.
Oh, we're gonna let him push you through.
You just got pushed through.
This is in response to Down B's question about when I talk about Elon Musk. He said because he is white. I think y'all's feminist perspective is more damaging to the community than Cam Newton. Now we feminists. Dang, bro.
Hey, shout out David Walker's appeal.
When did that happen?
Anytime you like hold any version of accountability towards men, it makes you a feminist.
Facts agreeing with saying because he white. We need to make morals great again and the reward.
Right.
We need to
That's
make
the
morals
part.
great again and reward the behaviors that have positive outcomes.
Fact.
I feel like it's off
we are
code to
raising
promote
future adults and
black
not
male
potential
singlehood.
children.
Black male fatherhood, like single black male fatherhood.
To promote it is crazy.
Yeah, I
that
think
should be
that's
off code. Like that's.
I feel like that's off code.
Bro, it's plenty of man. It's some real off code shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That we be doing and shit be getting said.
Hey, David, come get them. They messing with the code.
Oh, yeah. It's time for a coup in the black community against the matriarchy, and the we is our own worst enemies, Negroes. They've been playing interference for white supremacists since day one.
I bet.
Let's move forward.
Shout out David Walker.
Shout out David Walker.
Let's get another clip going.
Which clip?
I say just click the next one and we can kind of see through it.
Let's go there.
We're gonna mess around and just unpack real whole topic before we get to
it. Damn show is
a very educated, a very attractive woman out of 41 years have not met Mr. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's enough time to find a lot of things out.
I bet.
And yet, no kids, single. I'm not, but I am saying, are women's expectations unrealistic?
No, I'm gonna say, like I said on Nick, the question shouldn't be why isn't a woman of age, of success, of a certain caliber not married with kids? The question should be, why are people rushing to the altar just to become divorcees or baby mamas and baby daddies? I think if anything, we need to be teaching our society, take your time, young man or young woman, so that you can get to know not just this person, but yourself first, so that you can choose a life partner, not that that person isn't exempt to divorce, instead of rushing to the altar just to become a divorcee or a baby mama and have multiple kids by multiple women, just to say you have broken families everywhere. I don't see no benefit in that. I believe, like I tell my brother, he's in here, Shane, all the time, and who's 31 with no kids and doing well for himself, take your time. You don't need to rush to an altar just to divorce this woman. And another thing is people who actually feel high valued within themselves, not financially, internally they feel high valued. They're not rushing to have a wife or a husband at the expense of divorce just to feel like they've added value to themselves, because it's a deficit if you're marrying for the wrong purposes. It is an asset if you're marrying from a place of creating a family, of creating stability, of raising kids who can see this thing move and this house not be homeless, but this house have wealth in it, the real wealth that actually sustains. And so for me, I'd rather take my time choosing than end up doing time because I'm making wrong decisions.
She said doing time. I like that.
I've been talking about somebody can start.
So like that, can I just say he looks like the Scarecrow Wizard of Oz?
That man did cut the top of his hat off so his locks can.
Hey, no, when she said, "Did that go over your dreads?"
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
like she was poking the bear. Like
she
was poking the bear. But like I agree with that, and like on both sides, I don't think we need to rush anybody. Like especially in like today's age, like what she said, not doing the thing to create the blended families or broken families is way more productive and better for the community than just going out there and rushing to try to keep up with somebody else's timeline, or because you feel pressured because everybody else is doing it, and so let me just try to be like everybody else, knowing I might not be ready or ain't found the right person. So yeah, I agree with that, and I don't think we should, I don't think pressuring like men and women, like let people do shit on their timeline. If she's 41 and single and happy, that's all that matters. And like I don't think it should be any judgment on her not having kids or anything. She might not want to.
No, she wants kids, but she wants both marriage and kids.
But yeah, she's not gonna do the kids without the marriage.
Right.
Where Cam will do the kids without the marriage. And I think that's the biggest difference between them.
So being as though like I'm pretty much on the opposite end of where she is. So I got married at 19, and I'll say that like there was definitely a roller coaster, because at the end of the day, at 19, you don't know who the fuck you are. Your spouse, of course, doesn't know. You're still learning and develop. Your brain is not fully developed. Your understanding is not developed. You know what I mean? I went to the military, which of course that sped things up. And I'm not saying what I did is the right answer, but what you said at the end is what I believe in. But then, okay, wait, where you said that everybody's timeline is going to be different. That's everybody's relationship is going to be different. That's why a lot of like the 50-50 conversations and all this different stuff, do what works for you and your partner. But what I will say is, to me, I don't think we should be normalizing trying to have kids at 40 and being single with no kids at 40. I mean, what are we going to try to normalize IVR, or what is it, in vitro fertilization? Are we trying to like normalize like that's the way to do it? I mean, or what, freezing eggs and all, that's the way to do it? Let's not normalize that either. The goal should be to build your family out. At least to me, I believe that trying to do it at a pace that is, of course, just be intentional. Because it seems like you're gonna have a longer period of time. If in that case, you just have a longer period of time of being unintentional, just doing shit. And then it seems like you started to try to start taking life seriously a little later, and that's what kind of pushes you over into this time frame. Because to me, let me ask you: do you think that? What do you think is it? Go ahead.
Yeah, I would say one. I do believe. All right, so there's two separate things going on. I think that her and herself. I think that she's probably hell, as she explained herself, and she left two different guys,
engagements and marriages. What was engagements and two called off two marriages. She said two engagements and two marriages. No, two separately.
Four.
It was four times. But I guess when I think of like calling off an engagement, that's the same as calling off a marriage, right?
Or like turning down an engagement versus calling off
saying no.
Saying no and then calling off marriages.
Okay, got you. But yeah, so I think that like what she said, I agree with wholeheartedly. I think that one, I don't think we got to this question that I had before, but I do think that this generation is doing adulthood way better than the previous ones because of partially the generation is waiting to get married and waiting to have kids later, where these kids and these families are coming inside a space of a little bit more stability in general, in comparison to like you had like, you know, like decades of scarcity mindset fueling decision making. And yeah, so I'm a fan of the idea of vetting. I'm a fan of the idea of taking your time. Obviously, optimally, it wouldn't be get to 41, but I do think that it's okay for people to have babies later. I think that that's probably the best advice that I would give. And again, I had a kid young, and I had a kid, you know, like post 35, and what I'm able to do right now, and the structures that I'm able to put in place, and the comfortability, and it's so much different than me figuring out life at 20, 21.
Let me ask you this question. Do you think that you tricked off more time than necessary, and that kind of pushed it back? Because like if you think about what, like if you would have been in an idea and coming into it being like, okay, I'm gonna buy a house at 25 instead of it being later. Like if you're actually putting these things in order at a different age bracket, and like not necessarily, you know what I mean? If you were much more serious about being intentional earlier,
about like being married.
What I'm saying, intentional about building foundation for self and all of that. Because I think that like for me, it kind of those things kind of go together. Like if you build yourself to get the house, to set the foundation, to create the family, you know what I mean, to have the wife and then create the family. I think these things are kind of a linear progression in like what a man would kind of, you know, what he would think, like, you know what I mean? That's how at least that's what we were taught, is that, you know what I mean? You build yourself, and then at that point, then buy the house, get the woman, you know what I mean? Get married, have the kids. It's like, I think that we piss off a lot of time.
But it's hard to be that intentional at 18.
No, I get that. But I said 25. And so we talking about 40 versus 25.
Okay.
I think we kind of, in a culture, that we do have a culture of like pissing off more time than I think is kind of necessary.
And I guess I think that in the most optimal way, yes, it would have been great to have like that mindset and all those ducks in a row. But at 25, I know I didn't have those things. it took me a lot longer. And so like if I realistically at 25 had gotten married, like I know, like it'd have been a whole lot of shit just going on within that scenario, in which I don't think that I personally had matured enough to that point and been through enough different versions of relationships to where like I could operate as I operate right now. Yeah, I think that I was like, some people are ready earlier, and that's cool. Some people have like a foundation of I don't know, like whether you're talking about like the idea of like structure and stability and like all these different things. But 25, I think that I don't think there's too many worlds where I was gonna be ready to be having kids. Like kids ready to be like settling down, marrying, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just and this is just because I think I don't fit that either. I didn't buy my house at 25. You know what I mean? I just got married early. Like I say, the military tends to push those things along as far as marriage goes, and that's very, very normal in the military sector, which divorces is higher than any other fucking occupation, period, as well. So
I'd have been a toxic ass, cheating ass husband, boy.
Yeah, so I mean, and my thing is a lot, and I think that's what I'm asking. Do you think? I think that we can look at it as like we're doing the best job of, or we're being such greater parents. And I'm not saying that we're not, but I'm thinking like also, are we kicking the can down the road so that we can trick off longer? And is that us also normalizing a dysfunctional?
Well,
I don't think so. I think
I
that's
think
allowing the dysfunction, like the natural, if you would it be the word dysfunction, or like the natural case of what your 20s are. Like I'm not going to be inside of pretend land and advocate for people to just wear their chastity belts during their 20s and like not whatever. I think that having a good fun 20s probably sets you up to be able to settle down and constrain yourself inside your 30s and 40s.
So you believe you need 10 years of tricking off in order for you to be ready?
Tricking off,
or just
I don't know,
or just.
But really,
I don't know. It depends. It literally just depends on the person. I think that each person has different experiences that they would probably want to have before having to stop having different versions of experiences.
And I think like with social media and stuff, modern technology, even like healthcare and stuff, people are living longer too. People used to get married and stuff at 15, like very early, when the life expectancy was a lot shorter. As we got modern technology and we're living longer and stuff, that timeline naturally gets expanded. So when people, our parents, they're getting married at 25, it's probably with how technology goes, probably normal. It makes sense for people for that timeline to get pushed back 10 years.
And
I don't know if we got too much of that life expectancy going up. I don't know if that's gonna be something we might want to hang our hats on with all this shit going on with the food.
You think niggas? Okay.
Well,
I'm just saying it's a lot going on.
But a lot of life expectancy go down.
Might got them kick the bucket.
It's like
niggas used to die off of like bad meat back in the day, like die within like a week or two. Especially like if we go into the 1920s, 30s.
I know, but I'm not talking about
Boar's Head been killing niggas this week.
That's what I'm talking about.
Ain't nobody died this week of Boar's Head,
bro. No, they got like 9, but like it's like people have been dying.
Yeah, it's like 40 something cases.
Like, yeah, don't eat it. Like, yeah,
well, hospital,ization is different than dying.
No, it's been like 9.
Oh, it's been 9 deaths for sure.
Okay,
it's 9
like
deaths. 9 deaths.
Yeah. Hey, that's telling y'all.
Trying to get a
sandwich. That's telling y'all that get off the swine. Y'all boys get away from that swine.
I'm just saying though.
That recall is on that pork Boar's Head. Get away from it.
Nigga, old lady.
Just get up out of there.
Nigga, old lady put a sandwich in his lunch bag. And
she poisoned him.
Off.
Hey, the swine is no longer fine.
Yeah, she poisoning that man either way.
But I think that we might as well, as far as my question, I think we might as well just have it within this, and then I'll. You know what I mean, because I think we were kind of going over this.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Interesting comment here, real quick.
Okay.
Interesting how no community listens to and takes advice from their women like the Black community. This is why we are at the bottom. What do y'all think of that?
Does no community listen to their women?
Yeah, I don't
I don't know.
What is the baseline of like representing that opinion?
But I mean, you could still kind of see where he's coming from, because we do have a matriarch community. You know what I mean? And I know in my family, the Black women in my family, my great aunts, they run this motherfucker. Period. Even with my granddad.
But let me. Okay, go ahead.
Even with the men, that was like, that's just what. As a matter of fact, based on what my understanding was, is that my great grandfather told my aunt that she ran things, that he was passing it down to her. From my understanding, don't let me, because they gave us like a family history, which was super dope. I recorded it and everything, but I'm pretty sure that that's my memory serves me right, that my great grandfather told her that she was going to be in control once something happened to him, and she definitely been running that shit ever since. But then her youngest sister run shit, superintendent of schools in St. Louis, like boss lady, strong, and they run that motherfucker.
Okay.
And it's been like that my entire life. So I know my family's definitely run that way.
Okay. I guess, like, if I'm just speaking, what I'm saying is, so let's take away white men, because I guess that's like the patriarchy, and those are the people that run the world, right?
Oh, no.
So if we just like look at like every single minority group in America, how do we exemplify what that question is? How do we quantify what that question is? Like, maybe y'all can give me the examples.
Anecdotal. Like, to me, I think that there's no way to give a statistic for it. Then, like, you know what I mean? There's not a statistic that I'll be able to provide to you and say. But I mean, for me, it's what I've seen. I think that generally, even in the Stoicism, like a lot of, well, whatever. Like I say, there's no statistic. Mine is all going to be anecdotal.
No, I'm saying, like, but when we talk about culturally, and even like, let's just take Hispanics for example. Hispanic women probably have as bad, if not worse, of a stereotype about them and being uncontrollable as Black women. The feisty, loud Latina is a huge stereotype. So many things are built off of that trope.
No, I'd agree. Like, I don't know if it's the same. I don't know, based on like what the media pushes and all of that stuff. Like, I think that we, at least as
I ain't talking about what the media pushes in it. Like, yes, there's more emphasis,
but like the single, like these families, like, there's like, I think the matriarch, and I might be wrong, but the matriarch is pushed because of the absence of the father.
That's also part of it.
Well, that was the question I was going. Well, that's what I was going to say when you.
And it's like it didn't become a matriarch with like the guys there. It was like a lot of this in our community is because, and even like when I was talking about single mothers and why they get like more of a rap, is because like there's been an absence of Black fathers,
and that's where it circles back to the original point of that's why we need 2-parent households. We shouldn't promote the idea of keeping broken homes if that is your actual issue in point.
Yeah, that does kind of just take it all the way back and shit on that.
Yeah,
you can't say both things at the same time.
Yeah, that was one of the points I was trying to say.
I think that was a pretty good box.
Let's see. I guess
do Amazon pick up boxes from your house? Like, we done threw them about like 5-6 boxes.
A couple of boxes, yeah.
Like Amazon pickup.
Yeah, it's got that Amazon paper tape too, like they would.
Yeah. Sometimes you seal a box.
We want you to.
It could be if you punch it through.
Show me a panel of women holding women accountable like y'all do men every week. The simping gotta stop. Ain't simping supposed to be towards women?
Yeah, it's okay.
Not many successful men are checking for women in their 30s with a body count.
But nobody really knows anybody's body count, bro.
Terry running down all the points. We didn't even run that point at all, did we?
Hey, actually, how many women you done walked up to? How many bodies you got in real life before I even do anything with you? I'm not taking you on a date. How many bodies do you have?
That's the first and big panel right there, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Marriage isn't always fun either. Just like parenting, it is hard work and sacrifice. As soon as things go sideways, people want to jump ship because we are not taught to compromise.
Right. Absolutely. Right. Tough as shit. Yeah, I always say
Cam had a good point, and she kept bringing that back. The whole go to hell with your partner thing. That's not exactly how they said it. I don't want to like.
It was what his mama told him.
It was both sides that go to heaven. That's the end. The hell.
She said, "Go to hell to come to heaven to go back to hell."
Yeah. And that's like most people love the idea of like how beautiful the Instagram story of marriage is, but don't want to have to actually put up with all of the things that person just said.
No bullshit. My shit. I always be saying like it's more men retired from the military that can do 20 years in a marriage.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It really just shows the hardship that it is. Like, it ain't no bullshit. I done been doing it at the next month. No, hell, this month on the 17th to be 15 years. And we done been through the fucking ringer. You know what I mean? It's just like it's tough. Just what it is. It's just tough. So that's a fact. I agree 100%.
Y'all playing dumb, LOL. Our community runs off black girl magic.
Okay.
And being feisty and loud doesn't mean you have authority.
Okay.
Women don't want to admit that they have a shorter time to decide their life paths than men, and they are unhappy about it. Men have the option to establish themselves over time when time is our enemy.
Okay.
Biologically, that might make a little bit of sense.
Oh, no, that's the manosphere point. I don't think that most men operate on that schism, but like if you do biologically, I'm sure that like that is the thing. Women have the biological clock. Men can get older and blah, blah, blah.
The matriarchy calls the absent black fathers. Nobody trying to stick around with the domineering female.
Oh, so that this whole time I thought that like
I thought it was the white man, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I thought it was like the government assistance and all of that got the man out the house.
I'm gonna just remember this for like an unpack.
For unpack.
Yeah.
Shit. He building the bottom. You just take the bottom of it real quick.
Yeah. My great grandparents had 10 kids. I got 5 great aunts and 5 great uncles.
But that's so off code. My bad. Like at some point, like when do we like stop and realize we sound like the white people that we are complaining about, like just the shit on black women. Like what in the world? Good night, bro. Let's just shit on everybody. It's okay. It's okay to just shit on like bad people doing negative actions. Like we don't have to like do the mental gymnastics just to shit on black women.
Oh man.
But let's keep. I feel like the comments are probably like rolling there.
My great grandparents had 10 kids. I got 5 great aunts and 5 great uncles, with my grandmother being the oldest. But the head of the family is definitely my oldest uncle.
Oh, that's dope.
That's what's up.
A real one can easily vet a woman and get a good idea of her body count. Man,
hell nah. Bro, no, you can't. No,
bro,
you
can't.
Playing
a dangerous game. That's messed up.
Yeah, no.
It sound good. That's that sound good shit. Remember?
Yeah.
It sound good.
That don't even sound good.
Hey, shout out to all the guys in relationships that's been in relationships for extended period of time that be telling single people how to operate.
Love yourself, then find a person who helps you enjoy life.
Yeah, that's
our parents didn't raise black women to be wives.
All right.
Here it come.
David Walker is nothing but a person who do not have respect for any women of color. He don't do nothing but put us down.
That's all I done seen. But all
holding black women accountable is us being white supremacists. That's the problem.
Okay, let's move forward, fellas. Where y'all want to go? Want to look at another? What we at?
Oh, we got the Nick. We have the Nick Cannon. We can do the high functioning piece if y'all want to.
Oh, I like the high functioning conversation.
Oh, so we're not going into your question.
I mean, my question, we're kind of going over it. It seems like it kind of wraps itself.
Well, like that is the dysfunction question, because like high function, low function would kind of signify dysfunction.
Oh, damn. I guess that will end up kind of like landing to close out yours. Yeah.
All right. So we on this one, right?
Yeah, that's a good enough timestamp. The beginning had a little something, or I think Real also had. But go ahead. You can click it.
Me and are equally yoked, and at times have I been manipulative and prey on certain things just because I'm a man,
right?
And
but not all men do that. We don't want to blanket all men.
And
all
I was
men
taking
do not prey and manipulate. Not all men.
First of all humans prey and manipulate, but in a man in a relationship,
praying way, not in a praying way.
If I see that I can say, okay, I feel like I need this, and this person has this, I'm gonna do and say whatever I need to do to get that.
But Nick. Again, law of attraction. We attract who we are, despite of who we think we are. You use the word, you said women who are equally yoked to you.
Yeah.
Equally yoked comes in many different facets.
100%. Balance, if anything.
They have been equally yoked to your low functioning dysfunction that you have learned to survive in.
Because I use my tools to because first of all, let's you're acting as if I'm entering every scenario with the full me.
Hey, pause it real quick.
Every time someone
you're a wild boy. I just picked up on that. Because he say, no, I use my tools to manipulate them. That's what he about to say.
He said you acting like if I show up like me.
No, he about to go ahead and put play. But I didn't notice him say I use my tool. Yeah, wild boy. Go ahead, Tom.
Meet someone, you're meeting their representative. I know how to turn on the perfect man.
Depending
and
on
so
the
therefore
person,
I may have manipulated a situation, and therefore, so it's to no discredit to anyone else.
I got you.
I've come into every situation. I can be God-fearing, celibate, the one that you want. I can tell you everything that you want in a man and show you that. I can open the doors, lay down the cloak, send the jet, do it all to be like, oh my goodness. Then I've never, and then Toxic Nick shows up, and you like, this motherfucker got me.
No, but you
gave me the draws, and I ain't heard from him in 3 weeks.
What you said is perfect. No, what you said is perfect because you named all of the low functioning, superficial things that a low functioning woman would fall into.
Church,
women,
that ain't low functioning.
Any woman or man,
or the mosque, wherever you want to go. I know them both.
Any person who's done the work, who gained a sense of self, who's worked on their pain pockets, who's worked on their trauma,
are still going to be vulnerable.
They're going to be vulnerable.
They're going to yearn. And late at night when you're sleeping alone, you're going to be, I wish I had a strong man to rub my back.
They're going to be imperfect, but that person would want a strong, healthy, functioning man, not a low functioning man.
A nigga with some good hands.
Not a low functioning man. No, that's what I'm saying is the difference. But
every woman,
we ain't got to watch the whole thing. I think that kind of wraps up.
But you're speaking from your.
Now I think they got into it better on the cam when they brought in like the high value versus low functioning. Because I think that because what he's talking about is high value.
But before we go further than that, there was a statement that was there that I thought was hilarious. I'd love to get your reaction. Do all men pray and manipulate?
I think that if you have had the ability to, you have probably done it at some point when you were younger. I think that you've definitely, I ain't gonna necessarily say pray, but I definitely say that even either consciously or unconsciously, you probably have manipulated. It's like the idea of, like he was saying, the man that you show up as usually is better than the nigga that it's you're not going to sustain those things. It's because when you in that early phase, it just feels good, and you're just like doing these things, and it's not like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get it with this, I'm gonna get it with that. It's just that, like,
but that's you talking about the honeymoon phase in comparison to intentionally rug pulling a woman or a person.
So, I think that those are way. I think that what another so that probably was a bad example. Another example would be like you knowing that, like, yeah, I'm not gonna be in a relationship with her, but I'm gonna just drop, and that'll be that. You know what I mean? If there's no conversation, if you could just say that, but most of us don't just say that.
And wait, I think, so y'all used to like go in and be like, nah, I will be in a relationship with you.
No, it wasn't
not that, but like, what's the whole thing of game? Like growing up, like going and talking to them, it was all like growing up, it was a culture of like trying to like manipulate the woman that didn't want you to try to get.
But I always thought that, like, if you lie and do like the love you version of the game, or if you do like the like I'm going to be in a relationship with you version of the game, like I've had
it's still manipulation though.
I guess levels to it. It's levels to it.
I mean, like, you can just like be really good with your words. Like, to me, that was the game part.
That's
like,
game right there.
Like I have had scenarios in which, let me see the best way that I could put this. Like, I've had, like, all right, truthfully, fuck it, we here. I've had like 2 females knock on my door that I was dealing with at the same time. I opened that door, then I closed that baby real quick. You know what I mean? But eventually came in, we sat and had a conversation. All of us, and the reality is that we left copacetic afterward because I never lied to either one of them. And in the conversation, I was able to stand on the fact that there was no lies.
But see, that's the thing is that's still manipulation, right? So I understand what you're saying. You didn't lie. You was able to, you know what I mean? And then it was fired because you got off and everybody was cool. You didn't have to wear it. But what I'm saying is it's still manipulation, because if you had told her up front, both of them like, yeah, nah, look, this ain't going nowhere. I'm just dropping.
Birthday.
He a wild boy. He's like, I didn't manipulate him.
No, but my bad. But
what I'm saying,
I never.
You didn't lie. I get it. But I'm just saying.
I never use lying as
you can use the truth to manipulate people too, though.
For sure, it's levels to it, bro. It's levels to it. I think that anybody that has had the juice has use the juice. Like, you know what I mean? We've done it. And then, I mean, you grow out of it. You grow up. I mean, well, not, some don't grow out of it. Some, I know, 50,
I guess I'm trying to think of like when I prayed and manipulated. Like
you didn't pray, but you definitely manipulated.
I'm just, it's levels to it. It's levels to it.
I guess like if we use manipulated as like such a like broad baseline, then I guess everybody manipulates in life in general. And that's what,
like that's what he said. That's what Nick said. Nick said that both sides, everybody is, it's humans, we do that.
Okay, all right. So like, all right, if I guess then if we're using manipulate as like
nigga, you manipulated them women. Those things.
Okay, listen. Like we talking about like just like not having to lie or anything.
You did a little dance when they left the crib. You was like, I'm that nigga.
I killed that
nigga. I'll say. I guess I'm trying to understand the manipulation part, but maybe I don't understand your definition of manipulate.
I'll say only a man who has never had multiple women would say that Q was wrong for what he did. He told the truth and they understood.
Nobody said it was wrong. Nobody said it was wrong. It was fire.
They could only get mad if I lied and manipulated them into thinking some other shit.
No, what I'm saying,
I didn't do any of that.
So the thing is, the whole reason why you had to have to sit down.
Them motherfuckers threw me a surprise birthday party like 3 weeks later.
Let me ask you this: would you say that the reason y'all had the conversation? Would you say the reason why y'all had the conversation was because they had expectations? You allowed them to have expectations beyond what you know what I mean? You ain't necessarily got
unspoken expectations.
Those things that they came up with.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that you knowingly.
I always.
Okay, we all did it, bro.
I know, but here's the difference. Like, if you say the words, "I'm not trying to be in a relationship right now." If I explicitly say that.
But if you know that, she's operating,
if I say
that's still game. We all know that, bro. I've used that shit many times too.
The truth is the best game.
The truth.
So in essence, what y'all are saying, if women like you and they stick around after you tell them the truth, you manipulate them.
No. What I'm saying is that if you know, like okay, so in this scenario, right? I've been in the same, not the same scenario with the 2 chick jump, but like
not got a birthday.
Let's not even use me as example. So what I'm saying is that you see how you got to do that. That's Tim Duncan with the pivot, nigga. Tim Duncan with the pivot.
Get out of there, boy.
That's that Tim Duncan, bro.
Well,
big fundamentals, bro. Hey, let's go back to. I'm just playing. Let's go to the comments.
The black woman is above reproach. Nobody dare critique her. She is a goddess and does no wrong unless it's a black man's fault.
Exactly.
Uh-oh.
He gonna
put you out in the Rock Hill streets, Johnny.
Stupid.
With all due respect, I feel like you guys are simping because you have women in your life that makes you want to simp. I'm sorry.
It makes you want to simp. That's funny. Love you,
as you said,
happy birthday,
Oh yeah, happy
birthday. Hey,
as you said a couple weeks back, there's nothing wrong with casual sex. Stop backpedaling on your word and let it live. It's on the internet now.
Who, me?
He talking to you.
Yeah, I think he talking to you.
What did I say that backpedaled that?
I don't know.
No, I think that casual sex has been and always will be fire. I don't know.
Always has. It always will.
Yeah, like eventually you become an adult and you understand that casual sex comes with like so many other things, and it's better to just leave certain shit alone. That's like maturity.
Yeah, and then
but like candy still tastes good even when you got cash.
Yeah, I'm gonna say drinking on a Tuesday still fine, but
you know not to do it. It's
going to work on Wednesday.
Go ahead, Tom. Hey, Tom.
White supremacists work through black women to harm the community. We need male leadership. We can't protect unless we have authority. If talking's ineffective, the only answer is to walk away.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh yeah, we read this one. Fact, simping and gaslighting, bowing to the queen mother goddess. He going in the pitch.
We gaslighting now too, Trey.
We gaslighting black men for sure.
Oh, we must be narcissists.
Yeah. Keep going, Tom.
He tried.
Yeah, all right.
He tried. Shout out to Tom, bro. He be going through it back there.
I wasn't a cheater until I got cheated on. Now I'm forever stuck in my ways.
Damn, brother. I feel you though.
Yeah. I hold black men accountable for simping, simping and gaslighting. Anything black women do is only because we allow it.
Okay.
Oh.
Does that kind of round off all of the?
That might actually go into another one.
Oh, about like being able to be platonic friends.
Nah, like building what you want.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, what was the question? Is that
what Cam said that he can make any woman?
Oh. All right, so yeah, shout out to our
Let's not forget to give her the smoke. We got to make sure that we get both sides. To be fair, we got to give Miss Dr. Bryant her smoke too. I don't want us to forget that if we move past.
Do you want to give her smoke right now?
Oh no, I think we're in a great place, but I think that we should make sure that we double back because at the end of the day, you know what I mean?
What smoke you got for it?
Oh, I got the smoke to say that all of that shit, like I think that, and it's crazy. I think we're in a time where those words that like all that stuff she said sounds really, really good. I done all of the work and the little girl in me and all that shit sounds really, really, really good. But I think she should buy 2 Cane Corso puppies. 2 of them. And she got enough money to go and ship them off to get trained and everything, and that'll be it. I think that'll be.
You know you don't think that she's gonna be able to get them? I don't think she's struggling for men inside.
Oh no. What I'm saying, for sure. But I'm talking about getting married and getting the whole idea with the children and all of that, and then listening to her to say that she'll go as low as 27. Mm-hmm. To me, that goes away from everything that she just said, because you said you're looking for. You talking about the high value, high functioning. You are who you attract. So you're talking about high functioning,
more high functioning.
But right. So a high functioning 27-year-old that's stable, which based on what she said, that she's willing to get a little bit less than what she is, but she thinks that if she goes too far, she could go back into her old state where she would pretty much be on his ass.
She did give caveats for the 27-year-old, and she said that she understood this.
She understood that she would have to bring her. Yeah, I understand that. But to me, that's just all over the fucking place.
To me, that would be a low functioning 26, 27-year-old. Like, it'd be like almost like the Jalen Green Drea situation, where it's almost like a preying manipulation.
So if a guy dates up, that's low functioning behavior.
You talking about up age wise?
I mean, it's.
I'm just asking the question. If you're 28 and you date up. That's low functioning behavior.
But if we're saying these women were manipulating these men, then they have to we at that point we were talking about 21-year-olds. Mm-hmm. Right now we're talking about 28-year-olds or 26.
So I'm just asking you to answer this and what you think, not what we be saying. Like, do you think that somebody that is 28 dating up is low functioning? Because that's what you said.
Or dating somebody in their 40s. I mean, I probably would think that's a little.
Okay. It's like they say, because you know how they do the flip on it, right? So they say that if a man's older and the woman's younger, then it's manipulation and all this. She probably got mommy issues and all of that. If you daddy issues, right? If you flip it back the other way, like if you're a young man dating an older woman, you probably also, you know what I mean? The same could be said on the opposite. I'm not saying that
about mommy issues.
Right, you got mommy issues. You're looking for. No. What I'm saying is that there's an argument to be made on both sides.
I'm asking y'all what y'all think. I understand, like we can.
Okay, ask the direct question. What do I think about what exactly?
So I guess you just gave 2 examples. So do you think that it would be low functioning for a female dating like a 28-year-old female dating a 41-year-old man?
I don't think that that decision determines functionality, because that's
where we was at.
I don't think that determines functionality.
Okay. And do you think that a guy that is 28 years old dating a 41-year-old is that low functioning behavior?
No, it's the same on either side. I don't think functionality is not determined by the age difference.
I told you I do. Like,
you do think it is.
Well, she also said as low as 26.
Well, she said 27. And then she went.
I thought I heard 27. Oh,
yeah. She focused low.
All right, so just put the number. 26. Put the number at 26 then.
Yeah, I think 26, 41. I think that's 15 years. That's a lot.
No, yeah, if you call yourself this high functioning, there's no fucking way that this 26-year-old is, and then especially if you attract who you are. If your functioning is what attracts the other person, you would have to be a lot lower functioning than you're projecting yourself to be to date a fucking 26-year-old. Because his function damn sure ain't high like what you talk about. It's got to be low.
Just off age, a 41-year-old is going to function way higher than a 26-year-old.
I would agree with Johnny on that. I'll take
more than likely. And I think men and women.
In this scenario,
well, like
we're talking about her.
In that scenario, yes.
Okay.
I don't think that like.
I was talking about her.
Let me see.
We're talking about her, just like we was talking about Cam and we was talking about Nick. We're talking about her.
Right. So, with her dating, I think that. She has a bunch of delusion parts to that whole thing. I think that she narrows her grouping so small in that she's looking for a unicorn. When you say no kids, the older the guy has to be, like she was on her whatever the lady name, the bus driver lady thing, when she was like, well, he could own the bus company.
She said the exact same shit, own the company, yeah.
So like that was his own thing. The range of going down to 26, like, we all know what that's gonna come with, and that's not gonna be like some like he gonna fuck around. It just is what it is. Exactly. If he is a guy of that ilk and standard, so is able to get you, then more than likely he got multiple options, and he's probably not about to. You know what I mean?
What was her range? Because she said she would date older too.
Well, she said as long as you don't have kids.
Yeah, so she didn't even give.
It was an infinite.
Her metric just was the fact that they don't need to have kids.
So you go from 26
to like if you can vote.
Her range is from 26 to the grave, long as they ain't got kids. Now that's just dumb. Now, that's just dumb as fuck.
So do you think if she met a 26-year-old and you saw like next week she popped up on the ground, would you think she was being low functioning or operating her high functioning self?
Would I think that she was being
dropping her ass off?
I don't know if like that could like I can say which one it is.
Bro's giving really good functionality.
So that's what Nick said.
I kind of feel like that's one of them things. Like, who can guess whether she can get a 26-year-old or not? Like, that's one of the things I kind of just didn't care about. Like, I did think her expectation.
No.
Personally, I thought her expectation was unrealistic. Like my personal opinion, but my personal opinion don't matter. There could be some 26-year-old somewhere out there that does not have kids, that wants to have, that wants.
Oh no, it's true. Like they would be like super conservative. Like
I've seen pictures of one
Christian blacks. Like we all know some of those guys that just ain't like they be by the book, and maybe she can find one of them.
That's what I'm saying. I've been wrong a lot of times. That's why I won't sit there and say for sure nothing no more. Like I know what I think. I don't think it's realistic for her to think in that way. But
yeah. I guess also she is finding the thing that she's looking for.
That's what they all say too.
Oh, all right, then I don't know. I don't know if we're saying that she didn't get engaged and proposed.
I mean, we also don't know when that was.
But she said she actually wanted to be married, and so obviously the people she finding, she didn't want to marry.
Yeah, and she went. I can't remember which one it was. Like she talked through the whole different scenarios, but I'm just saying that she is not going to be in lack when it comes to suitors.
Oh yeah, and she also did say that she wants a man to be partially low functioning.
Yeah, she did say that.
She definitely is going to be into some low functioning. She even admitted to it.
And then, like I thought that was the one time that as long as she was talking
real.
about herself,
I think that's like all of us.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's like wanting to listen,
bro. I don't want nobody that's straight by the goddamn book now.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with being low functioning. Or like
there's spaces to be low functioning.
But there's spaces, there's spots when it's okay.
It's healthy to recognize where your low function is.
Yeah,
that's the whole thing. I think she was talking about. She recognized where her low function is, but she also said, "This is me, and this is what I want, so I'm going to go for it." And that's why I said, I can't fault her for.
But she said, "I don't want a man to be too high functional because I'm low functional, and when I'm in my spaces of low functioning, I need somebody to be able to match me
where I'm at." Yeah.
So
that's real.
That is real. I think she made some really, really good points, as well as like most of the time, really when she was talking about herself, I seen that shit kind of going everywhere. But when she was giving like the advice, you can tell that she does a good job at what she does for a living. She's not just doing this shit off the, you know what I mean? She does a good job at what she does for a living, for sure, in my opinion. But and most of the therapists that I've ever met are fucking single. Most of them. that's just one of those jobs that like
it's gonna wear on you.
It wears on you. It's so stressful. You dealing with other people's problems all the time.
You carrying all that energy from
they
everybody
usually have
else.
like some kind of substance abuse too. You know what I mean?
I don't know about that part.
Yeah, they use like literally like alcoholics. Like
I've never studied it, but I've heard it.
Yeah. They definitely have a lot on their fucking plate. So it tends to be like one of those jobs that you kind of do.
Yeah, nonetheless, I do think she's I think she's held on well. But to end off our what Kevin Samuel say segment, Cam Newton made the statement that he could make a woman what he wants with the money that he has. What do y'all think about that?
It's crazy. It's like you read my mind, bro. I was thinking about that.
Hey, my bad, I missed it.
I was about can you create if you have money?
Can you create
a woman
like NBA 2K?
I don't think you can create
it great.
Nah, okay, so there was a double-edged sword to that I thought about.
Okay,
and you seen what her rebuttal was too, is she argued with him about that. A man can't make a woman do nothing, such like that is her choices and everything. Yeah. So on the other side of that,
and she'll do it for a long time to play the financial game.
But on the other side of that, we do have a lot of. This is where I guess David Walker will love this, but there are a lot of women who claim that a man made them do something, or this man made me do this, and this man. So it's like you can't say she can't give her. This man made her do something that, or he made her this, or he made her that. Like,
give me an example of what you mean by that.
I'm trying to figure out how to explain it. Basically, like this man is the reason for her being in this situation that she's in, and like it might be an ex or something like that. It might not even be like I'm not talking about like smacking somebody up or
no, and that's what I'm saying. Like give me an example of like that thing so I can like make it like I'm trying to understand it.
Okay, so you have women who will get in like low functioning relationships. They know that the man is low function. They're low functioning also within that relationship. But so say like, damn, I'm trying to figure out how to explain this.
Like, just give me an example of an action, like how this could manifest itself in real life.
Okay, so she might be argumentative every day, and they be arguing every day. And he is, she'd call him sassy because he's arguing with a woman every day, but she won't acknowledge the fact that she's causing the argument. Necessarily say something like that. So after the relationship is over, she can sit there and be talking about the man like, yeah, he was sassy and he wasn't doing such and such and so and so. Like, you get what I'm saying?
But, he's talking about not having accountability.
Yeah, for your action. Okay, yeah. Women be lacking accountability. Yeah.
Yeah, so just going like
my bad, Tone.
So basically saying like what she was saying though, like if she gives the rebuttal to him that a man can't make a woman something, like he can't make her anything, like if like a woman getting with him and he pays for her to become like whatever she wants to become, but he didn't make her that, then he can't make her whatever on the other side of it either. You get what I'm saying?
Make her. We talking about like make her like sassy, like
he's talking about manipulation.
Like she said, so basically, you can't claim that a man can't make a woman when it comes to something good, but then you claim that he made her this when it comes to something bad,
or saying we can't manipulate him into the good.
But but that's what I'm saying. Like the action part would matter. Like if like there's abuse inside of it, that action could make it a thing. But
well, yeah.
Like so there's so few things. Like I guess I don't know of a lot of times where like women be like, he made me this thing that didn't deal with like some version of like abuse in comparison to like just him being like a I guess a fuck nigga. Are we talking about like maybe they say that they don't trust people and they go through phones or something? But then that's like a rough comparison on the side of go ahead. Oh, I was
about to say I wasn't trying to go into no specific situation like where's that detail. I'm just saying on both ends of the spectrum, you can't say like a man can't make this. If a man who gets in your life and provides for you didn't help to make you this thing, then like as she was defending against him, then she can't stay on the other end. Like if something wrong happens, that he made me this.
I see.
But I guess to me, what he said and what she was kind of denoting is the idea if. For example, if you get a stripper out of Onyx that has kids already, and you get in a long-term relationship with them and have kids with them, it's hard to tell if she's doing this in good faith or if this is a long-term play to be able to get money out of you. And no matter what you give her and do, and she might play the part for a while. She might say, well, this is a meal ticket. And I can play the part of a housewife for this amount of time. until I get what I have secured, and then I'm gonna get the fuck out of it. And that's the part where like you don't know if you're actually changing this person or if they're doing it because of they have like a longer term game. And that's the part that I think does reign true, is that like people on either side will play the long term game if there is a huge gain that's attached with it.
For sure.
And they'll do whatever that you need them to say until it's the point where they can divorce the idea of doing that thing and then they can get it on their own.
Yeah, or like you said, they get what they really want. They
then get up out of there.
You got done sign that prenup. Then all you gotta do is have that baby.
Well, yeah. Well, that was also the other thing.
Out of there.
He's scared of marriage, but want to have more kids.
See, that's crazy, bro. Cause you talking about it at bare minimum 18 years.
Well, both of them
just don't fuck around. Don't even last 7
years. Yeah. Cam make like divorce expensive, but he had like child support expensive.
Exactly.
Like how
like child support be the thing that be kicking niggas over the head
in divorce.
Just get a prenup.
You can get a prenup. That just makes it so much more simple.
Yeah, I want to have
prenup the baby. You can't prenup child support.
Right.
That shit's on your ass regardless. That's facts.
And this is the dumb take.
It's a dumb take.
Dumb take. I'll try to have my man back in the first half, but
it was a dumb take.
It's a dumb take.
Quite a few dumb things.
Dumb take.
Yeah.
Do we got time for memes? It sounds like we I guess we probably do, right? We got about 30 minutes. Because we've already wrapped up Rail's question, or do you want to kind of put a pin in anything that deals with it?
I guess I will put a little bit of a pin. What I'd say is like what made me come up with the question. It wasn't even this. I hadn't even watched this at the time that it came out, but this was just a great example of like they had a few great examples of dysfunction that we've kind of seen being normalized over time. And I think that I think that a lot of the times what we do is we like to see where we are in our personal lives and then maybe even people that we love. And what we'll do is we'll to make ourselves and them feel better, we'll make it seem like what they doing ain't, you know what I mean? It's not that bad. And then you start to see a culture of people accepting this thing and then normalizing. It's like, bro, have we ever went back to say whether this shit is going to be a net positive or a net negative to the community? And I think that we've gotten to the point where we're just normalizing all kind of shit. I've seen the beauty pageant, some like you being heavy set, that's on you, but like some beauty pageant, this woman won like Miss some state, and fucking she was just like an overweight lady, and it was like a big thing. It's like, why are we trying to normalize the fact that this is what I understand you trying to say? You can be beautiful and be big, but that's also unhealthy. So like, are we trying to normalize being unhealthy? Are we also normalizing like the relationships dynamics, or even look at relationship dynamics like the 50-50 conversations? To me, we're normalizing these conversations, and that is a dysfunctional conversation, because the thing is that people that are doing 50-50 is you're doing whatever works. You're doing whatever works. Obviously, he doesn't make enough money, so do you not find love or even attempt to find love with a person that can't pay all of your bills? That's dysfunction. That shit is stupid. Like I think that a lot of the loud conversations that we're having are rooted in dysfunction that we kind of have to address, because it's going to be to the detriment. And I guess that anything else y'all want to say on that, and we can move forward.
The crazy part about it, actually, I know y'all gonna play rock, paper, scissors for the meme, but y'all mind if I start off with the meme? As far as like we coming out of 50-50 conversation, kind of, I got a good one that I wanted to share for that.
That's cool.
All right. Yeah.
Myths in relationship, and I covered in the book, is this 50-50 mess.
Talk about that.
50-50. You know, this relationship is 50-50. What if I don't got 50 today? Are we going to have an 80% relationship? What we should be doing is having a fill in the gap relationship. I need to know you well enough.
Yes.
What do you have today? I got 40%. Don't worry about it. I got 60.
Yep.
Today I got 10. I got 90. Tomorrow I got 0. I got 100. Reciprocity. We're not looking to meet in the middle. I need you to meet me where I am.
Oh gosh, that's good.
I need you to meet me where I am. And yesterday wasn't a 50-50 day. Yesterday, the boss cussed me out. I couldn't respond. He emasculated me, made me feel like less than a man. And I did not walk in the house with 50%. I walked in the house depleted of all of my manhood. Lady, can you give me 100 today? Can it be about me today? I promise you tomorrow, I'll make it about you. But I don't got 50. You just have to meet me where I am, not meet me in the middle. You know, one of the biggest myths.
Yeah, I think that's more reflective of what relationships really are more so nowadays. Like, it looks different for everybody too. Like, I'm like, this whole 50-50 talk and the marriage, like most of this stuff ain't realistic and it don't matter. Like at the end of the day, to where people be like arguing wholeheartedly over it or getting mad wholeheartedly over stuff that like it's irrelevant. So yeah, that's kind of my take on it. But what do y'all think of that video?
I'd say that, like, one thing, and I know I just was speaking, and I'm a stop, kind of set back a little bit, but I think that it's lovely to hear people get to the 50-50 beyond money, like talking about, because that's where the meat and potatoes is. This is what you're talking about. That's actually going to cause the relationship to be productive and progressive. It's beyond the money part. You know what I mean? The 50-50 conversation stopping that bread is, to me, it's like that's like almost useless. Like fodder at a certain point. Like, what are we even talking about? Like, we're gonna stop there at the. To me, this is where the meat and potatoes is. Like, that's real 50-50. Actually, this week, bro, I had a fucking rough week. It was Wednesday, it was hot as shit. Thursday, it was hot as shit. I'm out in there, you know what I mean, doing the truck shit. In the truck I drive, the AC works sometime and then it don't work sometime. So you know what I mean. Then something happened with my daughter. We're trying to get Nana into school. She should be starting actually on Tuesday, which is dope. First day of school. You know what I mean? She never been to school. She's been at the house the whole time. But anyway, that's another thing that's been a stressor. And at the end of the week, my wife asked me, was I all right? Like, it seemed like I've been had a short wick. And on Wednesday, I came home and, I came in the house. It was hot as shit. Had that extra stress. I came in. I went to sleep at 4:30. You know what I mean? I went to sleep at 4:30. I took goddamn 2 melatonin. And I ain't had to be to work. I ain't had to be. I slept that whole. I actually woke up and I was like, "Oh shit, am I late for work?"
You were well, boy.
Still out. And I went, but I was like, "Oh shit, no, I'm good. It's still the same day."
You take a melatonin with the sun out, boy. You a wild boy,
bro. I'm talking about. I was stressed, bro. I had too much going on in my head. I couldn't, you know what I mean, maintain. And my wife, literally, she picked up all of that. She had out all of the stuff popping and locking. You know what I mean? Food. She took care of. Usually when I come home, the kids just fucking. You know what I mean? And I noticed, like, my daughter, she's talking to me. I'm getting fucking irritated. Like, I'm getting irritated. Now, this not a normal thing for me, but I'm noticing this. And I was like, okay, no, I need to go and lay down. You know what I mean? Like I say, and so this it's a fluctuation. And to me, that's the real conversation as it relates to 50-50 versus getting stunned at money. It's like, bro, y'all gonna do what you have to kind of get past that point. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I guess that's what I thought the entire conversation typically kind of revolves around, is that like two people figuring things out and making things happen inside a, you know what I mean, like whatever means that you actually have. But yeah, I don't know. I guess, like, what do we have? Are we talking about 50-50 and dysfunction right now? I don't know. I guess, like, to me, if I was to kind of like have an opinion, I would probably say, like, closer in 2024, the bigger dysfunction would be when you have people that overreach to do things that they can't do. And because of that, it lends them inside a deficit to be able to, like, adhere to a trope. This would be like an example of this would be like a guy that doesn't explicitly make enough, but makes enough money to, like, let's say, pay all the bills and do all these different things. And in him doing that, it leaves him at complete bare minimum, bare wit, in comparison to, like, having that exact same woman who is working as well help and pitch in to where, like, now they have some version of a functioning thing, and then they just pick up slack inside, like, whichever ways that they need to. Adhering to previous standards that inside the community that we have that doesn't necessarily make sense to what the average person makes. I think that will probably be like a version of dysfunction, because you're trying to do something that doesn't adhere to what your actual living and lifestyle provides.
I'd agree. But I couldn't imagine like trying to do that. That's crazy. Actually, well, I mean, I don't either way.
Well, most people can't provide for a household on their own. If we just go average of what most people make.
No, I'm 100% agreeing with what you said. I was talking about the idea of a man, like the amount of stress that would be, like taking on all of that responsibility just so your old lady can stay home, and it like depleting everything. Like that is a crazy amount of stress that you're putting on yourself.
Well, that also happens with women that are working also. And they just like the guy pays for everything and her check is her check.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Like these are different versions of things, and I think that all of those are like the dysfunctional scenarios. Like there should be probably like an income baseline for like a guy attempting to be a quote unquote pay everything man. If you don't have that, then you probably need to go. Y'all need to go in the house and have some conversations and figure shit out.
Yeah, you don't need to fake the funk about it. That's the whole
right.
That would be crazy. That's too much stress.
Different, man. And I'm just that's kind of where I'm at. A lot of people's situations look different. It's some women walking around that are demanding high value men, and they don't really want a high value man for real.
Right.
It's some men walking around demanding a certain type of woman, and they don't really want that for real.
Well, they don't fit the criteria to make that woman do all those things.
And that'd be the thing. It sounds good to say that this is my standard and this and that, but that shit sound good. I mean, but is it realistic though?
I'm saying you like it's just different situations. You might be the poor guy who actually pulls the rich person, the rich woman. She's still a person. Like that's my
because you high functioning.
So,
tell him, Tone.
Like,
tell him, Tone.
I mean, you got the good dog.
You talking about functionality?
Yeah, good functionality. But I'm just saying, there are people who end up in them situations. I don't like I've seen a lot of different situations where people was on different levels, and it's just like if it worked for you, it worked for you.
I know. Well, to me, that was a point that I made on Wednesday, but like it's rare that you see any relationship that fits the bill of like what people be talking about on the internet.
Oh yeah,
like the diversity of relationships are always so crazy, and like that and. That's the point that I be making. Like, that's why, like I don't necessarily like super engage into like the 50-50 traditional conversation as much, just because of like time has proven that like everybody just figuring this shit out. And it's rarely anybody that's living by a very specific rubric.
And that's why I liked about what that guy was saying in the meme, that basically he was explaining the real stuff that's across the spectrum, no matter what you are, whether it's a gay relationship and straight relationship.
Oh, Tone done went
Democrat on it. What I'm saying.
That nigga at the DNC. That man is a Democrat. I'm fucking with you, Tone. Keep going. Don't let me derail you. Don't let me derail you.
No matter what the type of relationship is, those concepts actually apply.
No, it's a fact.
Like that's just what it is. Even in friendships,
I was just about to say it.
Still apply. So I think that's dope. Like that. Like that's what we need to be talking about more. Like I'm more concerned about that.
Niggas out here having traditional friendships.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
That shit'd be wild. God damn it.
Traditional friendships.
That's that nigga that will never pay you back.
That's crazy.
Nigga always asking to borrow some shit. House full of your shit over there.
Bro, I got a traditional friend too. You got a lot of my shit, bro.
Yeah,
I thought there's a lot of my shit over there, bro.
Hey, before then, just because we've kind of got a little deeper into the conversation. I wish we had like air horns and all that shit. Bam, 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 bam. We have actually gotten our first gift to the To Be Fair show. Yes. And so I think it'd be fire for us to do a live unboxing. I'll hand one of y'all the card. I'm gonna let y'all do the reading and shout out to Auntie. We got Sabora Muhammad. Oh, is it? My bad. It's Heart's Gift Apparel. I think that's what her name usually is inside the chat. If y'all check the actual YouTube comments, she's always in there.
Yeah, for sure.
But she dropped off a nice little gift, and we'll unbox it. I think this would be a good time. Johnny, we don't need to make that joke. I know what joke you wanted to make. We're not gonna make that joke.
This nigga Johnny trying to make sure he ain't got to read the card.
Nah,
You should have seen his
joke,
eyes.
the joke I was gonna make is rock paper scissors. Who's got to read the card?
I'll read this shit, bro. Dead.
That's the joke I was gonna make.
He was dead, so I can see it in his face. He was dead ass over there.
Listen, never mind. I'll talk about this. Never mind.
The chicken that came out.
Yeah, you see, I seen it.
A couple quarters. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We appreciate that. We appreciate that. It says, oh, well, guess we're gonna open this first because it's about that. It's about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he done broke it.
No, I just broke the box.
It did sound like something snapped.
Okay, here we go.
Oh no, that's gonna be
Is that
fire.
a diffuser?
Yeah, that's a diffuser.
Oh, fire.
That's what's up.
We
We're
in the
gonna put that.
game.
We'll probably put that right here beside me. That'll help my ambiance and my shot be fire.
Or you could just put it back there.
Nah, you got enough shit over there. You got the whole sign over there. Nah, we're gonna slap that right here beside me. And it says, enjoy the oil diffuser in your space. Keep growing, Auntie.
Hey, we appreciate it.
Thank you, Auntie. Hey,
And
much.
Cincy. So yes, a shout out to her business, Cincy.
Yeah.
SCENTSY.
Oh, is it a Cincy card?
Yeah, it's a Cincy.
That's a type brand. I don't know if that's her brand.
Okay. Yeah, I know that she sells a lot of different products,
Yeah.
and I do see that Cincy all the time. But yeah, let's put this. See, well, we'll try to figure out a way to put it up because she got all the information and everything on here. Shout out to Ansabor. We love you.
Nonetheless, www.sabura.cincy.us is where you can find
Say it in the mic.
Say it in the mic. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. It is www.sabura.cincy.us. We'll type it into the chat for anybody that's interested in going to check out. I think that was 50. That might be a t-shirt right there.
Oh yeah,
That's
it's definitely a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Don't worry about. I'm gonna slide this in my pocket. You don't have to worry about that. Don't worry about that. I appreciate your support.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
So
love.
let me move all the items in there. What are y'all?
I'm ready to whoop somebody's ass and
So
rock
as a quick refresher, I guess I would say shout out to the audience. We have 13 here. Everybody hit the like. Make sure that y'all like the conversation, not the conversation, but the video. Hit that share button. Follow us, obviously. And what we are doing, as you see, we all have To Be Fair merch on right now. Any super chat that's over, that's 50 and over, we'll drop it down to 45. We'll be giving out merch to those. We'll send it to you. Send us pretty much. We'll get in contact if you do send. But all super chats over 45, we will be sending out merch as a thank you for supporting the To Be Fair show. Johnny.
Get his ass whooping real quick. Hey, I saw a nigga eating one of those quick. What is it? Damn, what's the name of the guy? Is it Quick Trip? QT. I'm tripping. Dude, them blizzies in there, bruh. I'm talking about,
got you
bro.
one?
No, bruh.
How big was the one you got? You started doing your hand like you started doing his hand. That was crazy. You see when he started doing his hand?
I was about to tell you, bro. Them hot dogs in there, bro, are too thick for motherfuckers to be eating them shits, bro. I swear, and I'm gonna just tell it, bro. Old head was eating one of them motherfuckers the other day. We was in the truck going to go get some chairs for my little setup at the crib.
Steroid meat, bro.
Out there looking like what is it? Robert RD3.
The mega.
You see RD3 with that croissant?
Oh, that's the wildest. He got fired a week later.
Off that croissant thing.
Fired
Yeah.
a week later.
All right, y'all ready?
Oh shit! Get y'all ass up out of here.
Hey, my man.
You know Johnny say that every
time.
So he lose and say that too.
No, I don't say
So
that.
every
It
once
just
in a
look
while
good. It just looks good when it wins. When it works, it look good.
Oh shit, man, it's been a good one. I'm gonna let Q go first.
Okay.
I'm gonna go second. I'm gonna let Rail go third.
Letting shit.
All right, yeah. Hit mine real quick. Let's start with scroll down really quick. Where my dog at? Scroll back up. Some of these don't even look like shit I remember sending in.
Shout
But
out to everybody
matter of fact, go to the top left real quick. And let me see what it
really, bro.
And hey, David Walker say, "Pause, nigga." Hey, yo. What? My bad.
I like this.
I seen this. Yeah.
This my shit, bro.
Yeah, listen. That ox at a function is an important duty. It's an important task.
I was just about to say the same thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if Jeff there, just give Jeff the ox.
Yeah,
like, and I ain't trying. He got the playlist. Matter of fact, I need to hit him up. I need to get that playlist from the bachelor party.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. That was a playlist he was playing.
I do need that playlist.
Hey, I need that too. I didn't know it was a playlist.
Yeah,
I thought he was picking them, Joe. That was shale.
Hey, Tone, do me a favor. Go to the messages. I should have just sent something in.
Yeah, I don't see it. Oh shit! Nah, last thing you sent
was
2 hours ago.
Scroll up a little bit. I'm trying to get my boy on there.
Yeah,
keep going. Go up. Just scroll. Keep scroll. Go above Boogie.
That was a cold joint.
Boogie killed it.
All right, so we'll go to my boy Boogie. Hey, shout out to one of my favorites, huh? I don't think that this would be official audio at all.
Okay, just making sure.
Don't ignore the signs when you hear yourself calling. Running laps and coming back to where it all started. Know that y'all my niggas, I'm just trying to spread knowledge. I can't live a lie, look at me being dead honest. Guess I should be grateful to the traffic I'm proposed. I can't be that nigga out here crashing out for hoes. I go through my phone, another rapper got exposed. I can't be like, let me go back up in that hole. Tell me when we got so out of touch and when it got bad. Wonder if I cry today, they tell me that my pops passed. Shorty wanna strip, she ain't equipped, she went and got ass. Niggas try to break, he rather quit and start a podcast. Gotta see me ride and rip it, and shit coming past my feet. May these kids show you everything you mean to me is deep. You know I could be a show today, you run out of belief. When you going through some shit, pray about it, then repeat. Like, don't ignore the signs, don't you hear yourself calling? Running laps and coming back to where it all started. Know that y'all.
Yeah, see that's that.
I
That's
be
that
mad
hip
at
hop that's
niggas
for the
like
soul,
that,
bro.
I be mad at niggas like that. This nigga got all kind of file shit like this on his phone and don't be releasing the shit.
That's facts,
be
bro.
like holding that shit, bro.
I ain't gonna lie.
Like,
you know
let
what?
us get that shit.
This is my thing with Boogie, like, and it's the same thing I feel like with Joyner Lucas too. Like, I really like those guys, but I like them doing what they do. Like, you don't fuck the street shit, bro. I don't want to hear you talking on the trappy beats and all. Like, that's, I think Boogie does a better job of translating it on that than I believe Joyner does. Joyner just has the fast flow thing, but like I love Boogie in that introspective. You don't even gotta have no drums on his shit. Let that joint just rock it. He just gonna give you that. And he talk about relationships and the vulnerability and that shit. You can see it. It's that nigga got a different pen, bro.
I think he put Joyner tells stories better. I think
that's the thing. Like,
Boogie puts words together, like way better.
That's the thing, Joyner. That's what I meant to say about Joyner. Like, if you look at all of those videos, I'm Not a Racist, the joint with the car crash and all of it, like that is his bag. Like, you don't have to do the street shit, bro.
He's a storyteller rapper.
Yeah, just give that. Like,
he just need to make a Joyner version of Trapped in the Closet. It's funny, but that's all his videos be. He could probably make a 30-minute ass fire ass video.
I mean, that shit would be like tough to like
sounded tough when you said it.
Like if it just come out like every week.
You want to laugh, but that's what it ends.
Yeah,
like that's probably what he would go crazy on.
And
but
then he directs all, like, he literally brainstorms all of these
that makes
videos.
sense.
And
like when you write things, like you almost have like that vision.
That nigga,
the story. He probably see them shits. When
Hey, Tone, hit me.
Hey,
my
Lucas,
boy
you
here.
take that idea, throw some money to the To Be Fair show.
Hey, we like it. Go to my dog.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh, there go.
That's my boy.
Go to my dog.
Delicioso.
Even you see, Auntie just pull up. We just unboxed the joint.
Bro, crossover with the mic.
Hey, listen, you can stop it. Hey, shout out to Mr. Hotspot. It's certain people you go to their page, you just smile.
Yeah, he gonna make you smile.
Nah, he is. Yeah, for sure. Like there's been times where I've been like in like sad moments,
that smile,
the depression, and it'd be like, look at that smile.
Yeah,
and then you be not wanting to do it, right?
That's my dog. You know, Drake actually sampled his record. He didn't clear, and Drake just leaked the shit anyway because he didn't really. He's like a starch Christian, I guess, and so he doesn't deal with like any of like the content that was on this thing. He actually sampled that specific record, but yeah, we're gonna end off with some
hope for leaking that shit though.
Yeah. That's so it's almost a pause when he say it. Yeah. But yeah, that big ripper. That's a crazy one. I'm gonna round off with some trivia for y'all.
This I have no idea about any of that shit.
I also want to troll you.
My function's too high for that.
I felt like
you too high.
I felt like that was too much fun for real right there. So I was like, I'm gonna throw a wrench in it. That nigga smiling too much and dancing. Real ain't gonna fuck with this one. But
you said I cut rug at the what you call.
Oh yeah.
See, niggas, y'all be trying to. All right, fuck y'all, bro. I don't fuck with y'all like that. No way.
Hit mines and then I'll be done after this. I'm gonna ask you to pause it a couple times during it. Go to that he not FBA in the middle. Right. Yeah.
Hold on, what is that?
Do you consider yourself a 2000s NBA fan? If so, you should be able to name all 7 of these guys right here. Let's start off with an easy one. 100% of 2000s NBA fans should be able to name this guy right here. Easy, straight off the bat. 3, 2,
everybody got 1.
That? Allen Iverson. Yeah. Very easy. 75% of NBA fans should be able to name this guy right here. All-star,
LA
Clipper.
Hold on. Elton Brand?
Elton Brand.
Okay. Oh, I wouldn't have been able to name him.
All right, let's go to the next.
Yeah, I ain't never had like I was in
Elton Brand. 50% of 2000s NBA fans should be able to name this guy right here.
Pause this one. Come on.
Antonio Walker?
That's him. Antoine
Walker.
What do you used to do on the camera? Come on, you know it, Johnny.
I thought that was Big Baby.
No, that was him.
That was him.
That was the shake.
I get them two confused.
I
you're right. Yeah, you right.
Actually, jelly.
I had his jersey back in the day.
Go to the next one.
This nigga lying.
No, I did. That was Walker. I'm a Lakers fan. That's why I probably shouldn't have.
Makes sense.
A little harder right now. You got it. 3, 2, 1. Antoine Walker. 25% of 2000s NBA fans can name this guy right here.
Come on. He played for the Hornets too.
Jason Williams?
No, come on. I'm gonna give you.
Jason Williams
he played for the Hornets. You gotta have this one. Begin with a B.
Mike Bibby.
Holy shit! All right, you got crossed out. That's Brad Miller, boy.
This nigga said he just said it begins with a B.
He said Mike Bibby. He was thinking
last name first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we're getting into it. Now we're
you don't know Brad Miller,
who's still watching and who's not watching anymore.
He was a part of the headband Hornets.
Brad Miller, Sacramento King. 10%.
All right, you really wasn't watching. You really
this man right here.
Come on, you know this one. Got to know him.
Steven Jackson? No.
Oh shit!
I
ain't having no more
basketball conversations. He got a Cavaliers.
I can't see it.
I know I can't see it.
All right, so I'm gonna give you a couple things. He played with the Cavs during the LeBron era, maybe his first 2-3 years. He also played for the Wizards during the Gilbert Arenas time. His first name starts with an L.
L.
Yeah, last name H.
Larry Hughes.
Hughes, yeah.
How the hell?
Yeah. I just read the comment.
Larry Hughes. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
The H gave it away. Like I didn't get it with the L, but the H gave it away. Larry Hughes.
Okay.
Former LeBron teammate in Cleveland. 3, 2, 1. Larry Hughes. We're down to 5%.
This shit tough.
5% of 2000s NBA fans can name this man right here.
You got it. You got this.
Oh, Delonte.
Holy shit!
No, hold on,
you are so off on these ones. That's crazy.
That's not Delonte.
Is that the dude that just played? That's playing in the Big Three now.
I don't think he's playing in
there.
He has a son. Nonetheless, he played for the Heat. He was a heater. Again, he only like 6 foot, just a shooter. First name E, last name H.
Ooh, Eddie House.
That's Eddie House.
Eddie House. Eddie House. Okay, Eddie House.
Man, he looks like comment somebody who's a random player from the 2000s. Ready?
That is not LeBron Daddy.
This is Eddie House. If you made it till the end, you're a real
Johnny, you gotta get this.
Follow us.
You gotta get this
URL narrative. 1% of old NBA fans should be able to name this man who played in the 2000s.
Oh, shit.
Come on, it's the Rockman.
That is Kobe Bryant.
All right, you can let it run. I think it's like Vladimir. That was the only one I didn't get. Vladimir Radmanovic.
3, 2, 1. Vladimir Radmanovic. How'd you do? Comment if you want.
I remember. I was never gonna get that. Like that was never gonna pull out a Vladimir.
Yeah, I'm done. Tapped out.
All right. Who next?
I'll go next. I'll go next. I'm gonna start out with something funny. Click the first top right one. Well, no, top left. Well, that's funny too. Top left is hilarious.
Make you cry.
Like whole buddy was up there pissed off.
I'm covering our base. I'm gonna mute this.
Okay, yeah, that's probably best. But yeah, that's it. He did. I thought that shit was.
I want to see the real thing.
Yeah, no, I do too.
Did he get stuck or something?
Oh, they had to get a ladder.
Oh, did
he is stuck.
Damn.
Hey, I'll be mad too.
But like he's singing good as hell though. Like he's like hitting all the notes, pissed off.
That's crazy.
And you can see when he walked off, he said, "You're fired."
Damn.
He fired a nigga. But he's a professional though, because he did not stop performing.
Oh, he got down and just started body rolling.
Nigga, you fired. He's so mad.
That's funny because he walked around like this, like a little.
Well, yeah, he looked like he was small as shit compared to them niggas. And then the next one I'm gonna do the one right beside it. I think this is another pretty interesting one.
A werewolf.
No.
Everyone gets a piece of paper. It's either got villager written on it, but 2 have the word werewolf. Someone runs the game to make sure no one's cheating. And they go, okay, it's nighttime. Everyone close your eyes. Werewolves choose someone to kill. And the werewolves go. They say, okay, everyone close your eyes. It's morning time. Open them again. During the night, Francis was killed. There's then a conversation, and this is where it gets interesting, between all the villagers and the 2 werewolves over who the werewolves are. Then at the end of the day, the villagers have to decide who they're going to kill. And they say, well, we're going to kill Constantine. It's revealed by the person running the game, I'm afraid Constantine was a villager. And the game continues. The villagers win the game if they kill both werewolves. The werewolves win the game if they kill all but 2 villagers. And the werewolves usually win. The game was invented by a student of sociology in Russia who wanted to prove his thesis that an uninformed majority will always lose a battle of information against an informed minority. So that just shows when you have hidden information, you can completely manipulate a large group of people. Have you ever heard of a game called Werewolf?
No.
Everyone gets a piece of paper.
Yeah,
that does sound like
and I think that's a game night.
That's a game night. That's one for the game night. We gotta do that but it like the social, what it says.
Especially if you do it like in play, like you do start it off and then one person dies and then you play other games and shit. Then y'all come back to it. And then another person, you know what I mean?
Or
it's just
like
a part of the night throughout the night. Yeah.
That'll be dope.
That'll be cold.
Yeah, that'll be nice. But yeah, we got to do that one day.
Yeah. I think the only drawback to it is that we would have to like put real blindfolds on people because niggas gonna peek.
Yeah,
no, that's true.
That would be gay.
That's true.
It'll be gay.
For what?
But there, I guarantee you, it's 100% chance that niggas is gonna peek.
I probably would peek.
Yeah. As the nigga that lost 3 rounds, it's like, all right, dude.
Watch this.
Good job.
I'm trying to be the informed minority. but I'd be in them. Never mind.
Okay. I get what you're saying.
But let me get welcome to What the Hellville. Third down in the middle.
The issue is this. In America today, we have chosen the following system, which is an insane system that most people think is brilliant. And the insane system works like this. You tell people that the good society is achieved by encouraging business people to make, first of all, make as much money as possible in whatever way they can. If you have to pay people, underpay people, pay them insecurely, make them contractors instead of salary, do whatever you need to do, but just make as much money as you can by paying people as little and as insecurely as possible. Second, please try to make money by avoiding taxes and even evading taxes illegally if you have to, as much as possible. Set up trusts, set up shell companies. And third, we tell these business people, if you need to rig public policy to your benefit against the public interest, but for your private benefit, so that you don't get regulated in the way you don't like, so you don't have labor laws you don't like, so you don't have antitrust, anti-monopoly scrutiny the way you don't like, do that. So then what happens? You get a bunch of companies that make way more money than they would have made if they hadn't done the things I just described, number one. Number two, you start to have a bunch of social problems that you wouldn't have had had people been paid more, had more taxes been paid, had more regulations been in place. And third, you have a government that is no longer capable of responding to those social problems because it is defunded, defanged, and discredited in the eyes of the public. Okay, so this is a very ripe situation. So now, everything I just said is an analysis that is missing from a lot of these discussions. Okay, we start where I ended. So now we start with, well, all these rich people have this money, we have all these social problems, and government is terrible. So at least rich people are doing something. No. You have to tell the whole story I just told. Rich people are the reason we have these problems, and the government is incapable. And then they step on the scene and complain about the situation that their class caused and present themselves as the solution to the situation they have engendered, which is sort of like arsonists showing up at the site of a burning building and claiming to be the most capable firefighter. The issue is this. In America today, we have chosen...
I like him. I like his products.
Bro look like the host of the Hunger Games. That's what he looked like. But go ahead.
No, do y'all agree with that? Because when I think that was a pretty spot on. Now, he didn't offer any solutions as like for what to do, but I think it's a great analysis
of who to blame.
And like
but
a great perspective to look at. When
so
we're talking
with that
politics.
said, you got to be against Trump, right?
Yeah, and I was going to actually say that's a good case for like the great sit out, or like, you know, it's like or
you will vote for the people that's against like the lowering of corporate taxes. I think
but those people are funded by billionaires too, and they just work for a different set of billionaires that like control everything. I think that's the problem with politicians.
But isn't Trump running on a part of his platform the fact that he's going to give like a bunch of different versions of amnesty to like corporations?
Yeah, but I mean, taxes was
lower taxes for like that.
Taxes was one part of that, yes, but they also said influence public policy. The Democrats do a lot of that, and they might not. They're talking
about public policy that dealt with them having to pay people less and be able to pay people less. And they wasn't just talking about like all public policy in that example.
But I think this is not just. I think that critique isn't just for the Republicans. I think that's a critique of Capitol Hill in general.
I know. I'm just talking about Trump right now, and what he's running on.
I mean, I might not vote for Trump.
And I think that Kamala is like the middle class whole little thing.
Yeah, she's trying to empower the middle class. And so, I mean, I've actually been moving off of...
You can say what you want.
Well, no, I don't know. It's August. It was September. It's 2 months to the election.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not voting tomorrow.
Okay, so you was a Trumper when he got shot and he was your hero.
He wasn't my hero, but like...
He was just like the big that was like the most leadership that you've ever seen from a man in America.
I did not say ever from a man. I didn't say ever from a man. I did not
very impressed.
That shit kind of cool.
He was impressed. He was like, that man said, ain't that a show of leadership that you want to see?
Kind of cool.
I mean, you see, that shit look like an album cover, bro. Like, that shit
Do you still believe it was real?
Yes.
Yeah, I still believe it was real. Yeah.
It seemed like it just went away kind of easy.
But like, I don't know if
I think the narrative has just like pushed it.
I wonder, is he? Oh, I gotta pay attention to it on this. He's still wearing that thing on his ear.
No.
So what does ear look like?
Like a regular
ear. It should look like Evander Holyfield.
Man, that shit. All right, bro.
Oh well, I also say that I didn't get like a close up on his ear, but
bro, you shouldn't have. If you get shot in your fucking ear, bro, and the bandage was off of the. You know what I mean? It was like out here on the ear.
You say he should have no ear left.
He should have a chunk missing. Hey, I got a big chunk missing. Remember that Bad Boys 2? Shot him with his ass.
Yeah, I guess if I was
there should be something going.
I imagine it probably was
he just got lucky.
I'm sure the bullet going by is really what
and I don't think he actually.
So he didn't get shot.
He got grazed. Like I don't know if there's a difference between grazed and shot,
right,
but I think it was.
I don't want to talk about it any longer.
So you don't think it happened?
At this point, I'm not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm trying to understand. Like, are you just getting into like the conspiracy that
no? What I'm saying,
it all?
I'm just not convinced. Right. I'm just not convinced.
But it sounds like you convinced the other way. It's all right.
So what about the other guy? You think he got shot?
You think the man that just died off the street?
Oh no, you don't think? Well, I believe that.
Oh, okay, you going all the way down the way.
I believe the government has definitely sacrificed motherfuckers all along the way. Period. It's been happening forever.
Okay, so what you're saying is you believe that it was a sacrifice that happened in Trump. Fake the ear thing.
And they sent a 20-year-old white boy that military experience. And he used to sacrifice.
That's what I'm saying. I'm standing on it.
No, but he wouldn't be the sacrificial lamb as much as like the 3 people that got shot and the one that died.
Well,
but he died too. But like,
those are 4 people. But I'm talking about.
But if it's fake, that means they sent him up there. He had to die too.
Yeah, all of them niggas. They were sacrificed. I'm standing on it, bro.
Okay, all right.
Well, all right. We'll put a pin
in that one. Yeah.
I believe that shit was fake.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm done.
All right.
No, I do have one more.
Said, well,
I got
oh,
one
no,
more.
we not. This is just a fun conversation.
Oh, yeah. So it's on me, right?
I ain't know that Rail thought that, but yeah, it was.
Yeah, I didn't think that at first. I thought it was real at first.
We fucked up.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna take long. Give me Tyrese, the last Tyrese one. This was a carousel. But you ain't gotta read that. Just go ahead to the next.
You deal with a lot of grief. Like I think about, Brother Paul Walker, and I think about John Singleton, your mother,
divorce. Both of my sisters died.
Your sisters. People don't look at divorce as grief, but you did. You lose things. You probably lost a lot of friends when you went through your mental health breakdown. Have you really taken the time to deal with all of that grief, or do you just try to stay busy to avoid it?
I'm doing the best I can with every 24 hours I get. That's it.
Get some tissue for me, brother.
No, I don't need no tissue. Black men cry.
That's right.
Fucking tissue. Every 24 hours I get.
Oh, my bad.
I'm doing the best I can. There is no square footage I could ever live in. There is no rims, no jewelry, and no car.
You deal with a lot of grief. Like I think about, Brother Paul.
There is no net worth. There is no press release. There is no co-star. There is no collaboration in the world that could ever replace my mama. That could ever fill the void of what it's like to wake up and get married and want to be in something for the rest of your life. And it goes away.
You're making me cry.
Get Tyrese some tissue.
I don't need no tissue.
Man, you US, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I love you.
You've been holding this
Do
in
you
the whole
understand
interview,
how much power it is in letting it go?
Yeah, because you've been holding it the whole interview. I've been watching you.
You asked me the question.
I did, but I mean, I'm getting you.
You should have never asked the question.
I love you,
if you didn't want to see.
I love you, brother. I love you. I love you.
How hard it's been to get through.
I love you. I love you, black man.
Okay, do you not cry?
Absolutely.
You might not bring it to the radio.
Absolutely.
But this is what being grown is.
Thank you, brother.
I'm not doing this.
I need one. My makeup gonna mess up.
Hear me.
My concealer is sitting today.
Hear me. There is no net worth. Black men cry. When divorces happen, women aren't the only one that are devastated. When a miscarriage happens, women are not the only one that you should be checking on. When you can't put food on the table because your career goes up and then it goes down, Stop calling, skipping over the man, and just checking on the woman. This is real shit out here. I'm gonna wipe my own tears.
Makeup. Messing up my makeup, Tyrese.
I love you, sis. When you do things from the heart, it affects hearts. That's what beautiful pain is. Y'all might outsell me the first week. I made a fucking classic. Some of the most legendary movies in the world didn't do well in the box office. Baby Boy bombed. Is it a classic?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Black Men Cry. Is Baby Boy a classic?
Hell yeah.
People didn't even know who the fuck I was as an actor when that movie came out.
Baby Boy, the only reason BET still got a network.
Praise God. If the movie bombed in the box office, why is it the only movie that they still playing on BET every day?
Yeah, I actually watched the full interview. I know you said you don't really care so much for it, but Tyrese, like there's interviews, but
took off. That was an off-camera conversation.
Well,
I ain't need the audience to know I don't fuck with him.
It's the truth, bro.
No, I don't necessarily not fuck with him. I don't need to see him cry in every interview. I'll be all right on that. But I did watch some of it. But they be doing like the jokey but serious laugh depression thing, and I'll be all right. It's other
honestly,
people that I get entertainment out of than Tyrese.
Oh yeah, no, but see the thing is to me, like I think that
and he be leaning too hard on like we grown. All right.
Oh yeah, nah. I you know I'm old. I'm a little old school, so I definitely.
I think that when you're an adult,
man, like at some point, like some of this shit is for kids, bro.
No, I get it, but when you're an actual adult, you don't have to say it 17 times.
I guess. But I mean, I feel like he's proven a point when he said. But anyways, I thought that the mental health, we haven't really had delved into like the black male mental health conversation as much as we did previously. Of course, it's not because it's not an important topic. But as I was seeing that, and like I don't watch a lot of his interviews, so seeing him cry to me, I appreciate black male vulnerability, and like to me, the open book thing. Like I'll tell the darkest shit just because I feel like it's more helpful to be told than it is hinders me in my real life. Like it doesn't hinder me at all. Like I think I'm being more helpful, if anything, to be my normal self and give, you know what I mean, my whatever fucking experience I have. And then when he was talking about like divorces and miscarriages and things like that, it's oftentimes we actually don't have that space. And even as men, we don't even think, I don't know if we actually, no, that's a lie, because some people do. What I would say is that like oftentimes in those scenarios, we do skip over the man to make sure the woman's okay. It sounded, when he said it, I was like, God dang, that sounds like the norm. But like in divorces, niggas be hurt. Niggas be hurt too.
That's the problem with like showing strength. Is like when you're conditioned to like show strength, people don't look at you like you're or think you have weak moments.
Facts.
They don't think that oh he's strong, he'll be all right. They don't think let me check on my boy. Let me sit. And like for Tyrese, one thing like we got to make sure as like a society, he been dealing with a lot. And I'm not the hugest fan. I like Sweet Lady. Though.
Sweet Lady, classic.
Fucking classic.
Oh, I ain't saying that. I don't like it.
Then he got some bangers, but that's Zodiac.
The Love Making, another one.
Yeah. My point was not to his music. I just don't like listening to him talk for like extended period of time over and over.
No, I get that, but like one thing we did as a society, the internet's crazy. We laughed at that man's pain for years. The congratulations. What do you want?
He was talking about being on medication and everything during that time.
And like we laughed at, we still be joking about that shit. And so it's like the shit he's saying is true. And I gotta give it to him because like he's being standing on 10 because last time he cried, we was laughing at him making memes. He right back there doubling down, talking about it's whatever, but it's still real life for me. And I think there's a lot to be taken, from like tackling your issues, with that openness and like you say, that vulnerability, but being able to like be transparent about it and like let people see what really goes on. Because that might help somebody else going through the same thing and make them feel like, all right, it's not just me.
I don't think it's a might. I think it will. You know what I mean? It will help somebody. You know what I mean?
So,
Those like that man said, what he said, when you speak from the heart, it touches hearts. Like that's
beautiful pain.
Yeah, the beautiful pain. I think that's the name of the album. I think the album that he's dropping next month is called Beautiful Pain.
Oh, okay. He was
I'm looking forward to the album.
That shit. I see.
I'm looking forward to the album, and he got a movie coming out too, or a short film.
Oh, that movie gonna be fine. 1992.
Yeah,
Y'all seen the trailer?
I didn't see the trailer, but they talked about it.
That shit gonna be one of them ones. I think Death Row putting it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting.
I mean, stuff like this. I like real life shit. Like I like real life shit. Whenever you break it down to the bare bones, where you can see the human in this quote unquote in celebrity. I don't believe in any of most of the time. I don't really care nothing about celebrities unless you give me something that's like humanizes you. I really don't give a fuck about who you date. None of that shit. You know, I don't care nothing about your life. Just your part that you present. Like if you're entertaining me, like I like J. Cole, but I don't really care like that. You know what I mean? I appreciate the music that he gives you, but it ain't like no fucking serious thing. But anyways, where we going? Give me one more and then I'll chill on it because we're still trying to get 2 questions in. Oh, I think that's a funny one. You can go ahead and give me Kamala. We've been giving her hell, ain't it?
We are going to the border. We've been to the border. So this whole thing about the border, we've been to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. We are going to the border. We've been to.
I thought that was hilarious. Obviously, y'all didn't think that was just funny. But go ahead to the next
The
one.
fact that you thought it's funny is funny.
How you go double that? We've been to the border. We've been to the border. But you haven't been to the border. And your response is, I haven't been to Europe either.
I mean, that's a kind of a decent deflection, though.
What the fuck?
Now, one thing I found about her, she's very good at like not saying nothing.
Yeah. What you call?
Did any of y'all watch her first interview that she did?
When it dropped?
Full thing, yeah.
Last like this past like 2 days ago.
It's about 20 minutes, ain't it?
Yeah, it's like between 20 and 30
Still gonna
minutes.
have to give me more than 20 minutes, but I'm definitely gonna go and watch it. Trump then gave us about 9 hours of interview footage, bro.
Content,
bro.
Trump
You think this man about to
Trump
drop a
be on
podcast?
Trump gonna drop 100 gigs on their ass,
right? the thing is, Trump be on the trail working out his bits. He be like,
that probably did.
Do I look better than her? I look better than her, don't I? What should I call her? Hey, I should call her Crooked Kamala, or like, or say, should I still talk about if she ain't black?
No,
y'all don't. Yes.
No? Oh, okay.
Let's try it. Like he be really working out his bits on tour.
On tour.
Yeah.
Bro's gonna be a comedian and then say, you know what?
Hold on, let me get one more, but that was super short. Go up. I ain't gonna do the abortion one. That was real rough.
That's what I'm gonna say next time. I can't come up with nothing.
An abortion?
No, I ain't never been to Europe.
Give me that.
They caught her in that live.
Yeah, give me that one right there. Oh, dang, that's another one. Damn, I wasn't trying to shit on it, but go ahead, give me that one. That we'll wrap up there.
Best rapper alive.
Tupac.
He's not. You say he lives on.
But not a lie. I know. I keep just.
She said she used to listen to Tupac in college.
Oh, that wasn't it. But go ahead. It's cool. It's cool.
I believe she listened to Tupac.
No, she said she used to listen to Tupac in college. She graduated in 1986, bro.
Oh, probably.
Like she said, that's what she used to listen to.
Is that what she said right there?
No, that ain't what she said right there.
Clip, but there's a clip that out there where they asked her like who she listened to when she was in college smoking. Because they asked about smoking weed. She smoking. So yeah, she said she listened to Snoop Dogg and Tupac.
Yeah, that's
so crazy.
That's
who she used to listen to in college, smoking.
That's what she said. That's what the conversation was about. Her
smoking with cigarettes.
Oh, crazy.
All right, we good, bro. We
no,
I
to me, do I think that she likely listened to Tupac? Yes. She was
not
in
the 1986.
Not in college.
I guess I was only trying to like she didn't say college right there. They asked her the best rapper alive. I don't know. I still think that the big to do about her and her background with being around black shit just seems like one of the wilder narratives. The more you sit and listen through and unpack like her background.
Oh no, that ain't why I played that. Well, the only reason why I played it is just that it's just like the cluelessness of like her responses.
Best rapper alive.
Yeah, best rapper alive, Tupac. And if you would have watched the whole thing, she can't come up with a single another rapper. Period. Nothing.
Pretty sure she could,
but she knows.
Well, I mean, you gotta see
like
it.
she was dating Montel Jordan back in the.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
bruh. Okay,
like there's certain rappers that
we seen a picture of her beside Montel Jordan.
Or Montel Williams.
Whoever the fuck it was, the bald head nigga. We seen the picture. How do you know they were dating?
They both said it.
Like they've admitted it's a
okay.
thing.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that. So that's why I asked the question.
Yeah. So I mean, if you date Montel, you know rappers.
Possibly.
Well, but my thing is that like.
Whoever, you don't. Why you can't just give me a name, bro? Like, why is it such a tough fucking question?
Well, one, it also sounds like she was trying to answer because there's a couple different versions of your rapper thing. Is like who's your top 5, or like who's the greatest rapper alive, and then who is the best rapper ever. There is a bunch of versions of it, and that's why she said.
And she was probably prepped to talk about something other than rappers.
I wish I would have let y'all see the whole thing.
Like I don't think that she probably listens to rap a lot. No, she's a 55-year-old woman. How old is she? She like almost 60. I imagine that she probably don't think rapper on
that.
The
What
brain.
you would have thought if she said Gucci Man?
Right?
Oh, she lit.
You know, you
like Gucci. She
you
lit.
Said she's a panderer.
Yeah, you would. It's a
I wouldn't have thought of that.
All right.
I wouldn't have thought of that.
Niggas be damned if you do or don't.
It's my honest fucking perspective. I could put words in my mouth. I know that's not what I would have said.
He said you would have said that. I'm
looking at you because you laughing, but I'm just saying.
Oh no, you said I didn't say panderer. You said that, and then I said polka dots. Why you just trying to put that on me? That was crazy.
Hey, Toe, let's get these comments, man, and get to a question, bro.
Yes, you said that.
Oh, my bad, bro.
Fuck you, Johnny.
Just because you're an actual adult does not mean that you cannot say that I'm grown. Saying I'm grown sometimes has a statement movement with it. It's letting a person know you're too old for their BS.
No, I agree. It's just when you say it 17 times in an interview. I've been getting over it.
The interviewer that interviewed her was trying to throw her underneath the bus and didn't do a good job.
Ain't that Angela Rye?
Yeah.
Oh, she's talking about the other one.
Oh, probably. Yeah, we don't really have a timeline. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Wakanda, she's talking about the United States government. What you guys are trying to do is dig into the side of a person who does the same thing you do, and it's called reflecting words.
What would that be in context of?
Tone, did you read the
Read which?
I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Hey, listen, we would like to say that if this show ends abruptly, it's storming here in North Carolina.
Yeah, y'all probably hear the thunder. Like
but we're gonna power through it.
Oh, y'all want to hear this? She's saying why y'all fucked up. This was talking about when we was talking about the Trump shooting.
Yeah.
That issue was as suspicious as the last presidential election. I agree, it is suspicious. I just don't think Trump facilitated it, which is what it sounded like they were implying.
No, that's what he was implying.
There wasn't a day in there.
But hold on.
Yeah, you gotta get your pronouns right.
They friend.
What I'm saying,
they not like us.
At the end of the day, I didn't say that he did it. I just said that it didn't. I don't believe it anymore.
It was a government coup, and they shot them niggas.
I don't believe it anymore.
Sacrificed,
at least I think that shows like Tar being fair too. Because Tar generally, I think that she was pretty much where I was convinced that it was real at first, but then over time it's just kind of it hasn't what do they call it?
Now there's a rule that say
don't
put anything on like bad intention that could be attributed to stupidity or incompetence.
Right.
I think that was just a whole lot of incompetence. I don't think there's any ill will or anybody out there trying to do it. I think you had a lot of incompetent people and it came together.
Need the whistleblower
and something. Hell, even the shooter was incompetent. He shot 8 times and barely hit the motherfucker ear. Like it's a whole bunch of
people though. Well, he killed.
He wasn't trying to though.
Like, that's a bad kill. Person.
That's a bad shot.
He was trying to kill a person. He just ended up shooting other people.
That's goddamn. It's starting to sound more and more Stretch Armstrong the more y'all talk about it over there.
Or
that shit started to sound
imagine
imagine believing something with no proof,
no evidence. Like, and you just going off. But is it ear rip? My arm is really stretching.
Fucked up more than that.
No,
anytime my ear
you're
got
not even
shot.
basing it off a thing. You just say it feels weird. It's a vibe. It's like you're going off the energy in the air.
Yeah, like we're Stretch Armstrong for believing. Like,
I just need to know what you basing your claims on. And again, like if you have the whistleblower accounts and you could tell me and you can walk it down, that'd be fire.
And Tara said, so by today's standards, what would you think of JFK's assassination? I don't think JFK facilitated it. CIA, yeah.
Yeah, niggas ain't gonna facilitate their own death.
And she also said this is before she had said that, but she said her interview was the most softball interview, had 45 minutes of interview and released 18 minutes. Yeah, huge letdown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would agree. And she showed up with her babysitter. But
oh, you talking about Walsh. I don't think I specifically got anything.
And how long ago was it?
Of course, somebody facilitated.
How long ago was it?
And I think that when she dropped the biggest ball at inside the interview was
July.
Was her no comment jump, where she did get asked specifically about the whole like her heritage and like if she's black or like Trump saying the whole thing. And her comment when giving the alley-oop, they threw the alley-oop, no comment. And it's like, damn,
July.
Like all you're doing is adding fuel for the people that
so like a month ago.
She actually knows the question she's going to be asked. So she planned on saying no comment. Like
right.
Ask you that question to plan on saying no comment.
So hold on, I just want to make sure we're on the same page. So y'all believe that it was such a graze that it just like was like super graze, so it just drew blood. It was just enough to draw blood, is what y'all believe.
Well, with the AR, you know this. You said you don't have to get hit. You can come close enough to where it's going to do damage, even if it doesn't hit you. But if it comes close enough,
no. So I don't know. I know about the AR. I mean, the 50 cal will actually do damage. I don't know as far as the AR. I mean, as far as the 7.62, I don't know if that one has enough velocity on it to actually inflict damage without being.
I guess so. What I'll ask you, are you asking? Do we believe that he was actually shot in his ear, or if there was a like government conspiracy?
No, I'm asking you. Do you just simply and plain? Do you believe that if you get grazed? Oh well, fuck.
But that's the shot in the ear.
That's the actual. You don't think he was shot?
That's different than a whole government conspiracy. Those are two different things. I assume
that it's something that shows you got grazed or shot, or it would be some shit left to see that, like, oh, that's where that shit happened at. You would tell some, oh, you know what I mean?
Not if like
right
again,
here, like,
but like when the last time you seen his ear?
That's what I was just looking for. So like I'm literally,
but
like,
to me, more than that, like the shit could have just bust the eardrum. It could have did a bunch of different things that dealt with him just bleeding.
All right, but y'all go ahead. Let's move forward.
Or it could be a government conspiracy that also killed people, and there's nobody that's came out and said it.
Hey,
and nobody's
story of everything.
Nobody ever.
It's like Martin Luther King, and it's the story every time.
What does that statement mean?
Your girl Tara, she just
go ahead. Let's see what Tara talking about before we move forward.
No matter what Kamala does, it's not going to satisfy most people. She could say she's going to the country, and it's still not good enough.
No, I think that is a fair perspective right now.
Yeah, I mean, or she could just get some policies on the website, and we can go over there and see what she's doing, and then that'll be like the biggest thing that I see people talking about.
I think somebody sent me
then
like a policy
we'll
list.
Stop being able to give her the harshest critique of anybody.
Oh yeah, it was G that sent us her list. Of,
all due respect, Mom Dukes.
But no, I mean like you have to look at it inside like totality and reality. No matter what Trump does, there's going to be a bunch of people that only look at it as negative. Mm-hmm. Same difference with Kamala. There is going to be a group that only looks at what she does and is going to find the wrong in it. That just is what it is. And that's the tribalization of politics. American politics.
Mm-hmm.
Also crazy sad that she couldn't do a live interview with actual pushback. That is pathetic.
Mm-hmm.
Why does she have to comment about Trump talking about her race? What does that have to do with the politics? she didn't have to comment on it. They actually they planned the questions that are going to be asked to her. So her campaign committee decided.
And I can see where there's intention to. I just think it was. I would have rather her just say, "I am." I am black and Indian. Simple as that, because that's what she actually is. It's a duality that she lives in, and that her heritage is that she's half and half.
Even for them to like decide they was gonna do that moment, like literally.
You could have you could have had her not ask the question.
Well, but also I don't know if I don't think they scheduled the questions.
They actually do go over the questions, especially.
Yeah, if you're the president, if you're running for president, you can tell them not to ask.
They know what she knows what questions she's gonna be.
I don't know, because if in watching the interview also, there was like certain questions that pushed a little bit, and the interview pushed a little bit. It wasn't like a heavy push.
Okay, so people can come up with stuff to give you the illusion. If the purpose of the question is to make it look like she's being pushed, they can ask a question. That's what I'm saying. This is just a media thing, not even with just Kamala. When people do interviews, especially if they have a certain caliber, most of the time they know the questions they're going to be asked. A lot of the time they plan on how they're going to answer the question in order to evoke the emotion they want from the audience. And I know this because I work doing media. Like I worked in the process of setting up shows or setting up something. Like they everything is purposeful. You know, as a graphic designer, there's nothing you put
right,
in design,
but like even like usually they, like in their writer, they will put like, don't ask these specific questions, XYZ. Like you see it with Charlemagne the God all the time, where there'll be certain questions that they ask for him not to ask, and he decides if he does or not.
Is
and he
the 16-minute one?
It's like part 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, this say full. Well, okay, whatever. I'll find it.
It's longer than 16 minutes.
I gotta watch that.
18 minutes. She like Tara said, she recorded 45 minutes and released 18 minutes of the interview.
Yeah, I've seen the playback. There was one that I seen that looked like it was like 35 minutes. I can't really remember, but it's also, we can't say it was on CNN, but yeah.
Okay.
Real quick, you can be grazed and it looked like a cat scratch. It just depends on how much it grazed, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
She could do a live interview and do one with actual people that will push back, not just throw her softballs.
I agree with that also. That's what she should do.
Kamala took over a month to give us a pre-recorded 18-minute softball interview. Sorry. Watch that Dana girl interview Vance or Trump and tell me it was even remotely the same.
That Dana girl interview Trump?
Of the actual interview, 18 minutes was released.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's just.
Well, I mean, I don't think that we were specifically caping for Kamala. I was just saying Kamala, my bad. Yeah,
put some respect on her name.
My bad.
Literally, I'm gonna keep saying Kamala too.
No, I don't want to keep saying it. I want to say her name as her name. Kamala.
It's Kamala.
Kamala. My bad. All right, I gotta think Kamala. Yeah, Kamala.
Okay.
Mama Sharon
You
said,
say fuck a real
interview
name.
we're trying to
Ain't
get
that
right.
important to
That's
me,
what they
bro?
did. Wasn't this on CNN?
Yeah, it was on CNN.
CNN is typically a liberal network, ain't it?
I don't know if it's liberal. I think that it's definitely not. It's not right leaning at all.
Yeah, at all.
I'm trying to think of like what's the.
It's not even middle ground.
I don't think they was trying to get a rise out of her, Ma. I think they was trying to give the illusion that they was trying to get a rise out of her so that they could sit there and have it in the news like, yes, this was a hard interview. It wasn't tough. They didn't like. I don't think there's. I haven't watched the whole interview, so I ain't gonna say they answered. I ain't watched the whole
Pretty
interview.
strong opinion that starts that I didn't watch the interview.
But nah,
you had me convinced like a motherfucker. I'm over here like, damn, they just go.
What I'm saying is I'm being honest about what I think.
Like Anthony Edwards, goddamn it.
What I know.
I ain't watched the '90s, but them niggas couldn't do shit.
Unskilled in a motherfucker.
Hey, stop doing it. So I lost my whole train of thought over that comment. But
My bad. I feel you was convincing me like a mother. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't watch the whole interview. I've seen enough of it. Though. I've seen a good portion of it. I don't think they was just trying to push her to the point like that don't serve a purpose. And she knows what they're doing. Like literally, I know this. This goes on all the TV shows. Like when we watching TV and we seeing these interviews, majority of the time these people are not being interviewed on questions they didn't know. They know what they a lot of the time people make up the questions to ask. That's usually what goes on. So they give the questions for them to ask. This is what we see most of the time. So I don't think they was just trying to get a rise. I think they was trying to give the illusion that maybe they was asking some hard-hitting questions so wouldn't nobody ask anything. But I don't think they was asking no hard-hitting questions.
Showing a piece of advice. It's only 16 minutes, bro.
What that mean?
You just watch the whole thing.
Hey, Tone, get him, Tone.
Yeah, I'm actually sitting back
like
now.
16 minutes.
Yeah, I was like, I done watched a whole bunch of other stuff this week. I had to watch the doggone thing. I was more interested in that, but I still do have to go back and like for the emphasis of not just sitting there saying, hey, I saw a whole bunch of clips, which I did see a whole bunch of clips. I might have seen about the whole interview, but I still want to watch the whole thing, so I have the in-betweens.
Yeah.
Okay.
What time is that?
Yeah, it looked like we might get only one out.
minutes.
Hey, Tony, did you have a meme?
We might not get one.
I can tap mine out. I think
I'll tap mine out.
No, go ahead and do it. One of y'all do y'all.
Yeah, about to say, yeah, it makes sense for you to do.
Okay.
That was one that's been waiting for a while.
That's cool.
But yeah, Tony, if you got something else, and then we can finish off with Johnny.
No, I'm only gonna share this one just because it was funny.
Love it when you smile.
As a man, why are you letting your woman use her own feet to walk? Who raised you? You niggas is really out here letting your girl wipe her own ass? You should pay for everything. You should pay for her whole existence. You ain't paying her mama rent? You're not paying her mom's rent? What are you? Because as a man, you shouldn't make a woman do anything. Women should just be women. Women don't have to do nothing. You hear me? What's wrong with you? You need to reevaluate your life. As a man, why would you let your woman have to breathe her own oxygen? Get it together, guys. You're in the world with OG Tanner, and I'm just trying to make y'all understand. Women don't have to do nothing. As a man.
Yeah, that's good satire. That is the red pill manosphere hyperbole right there.
Is the manosphere? I mean, that red pill, is it still surviving?
No, most of that shit died.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah, niggas found out none of that shit made sense, and all them niggas was lying.
And it was funny because I remember when I first started
half of them
watching
niggas wasn't getting no hoes. They not the 1% they talk about.
Yep.
A lot of them dudes, they talk this
and
game.
then once you get done dirty a couple times, and everybody know, but that's a L.
I got one last one. This is just some history I just found out about today that I did not know. Even though I lived in North Carolina my whole life, I did not know.
North Carolina.
Page got a patent for his airship in 1906 before the Wright brothers. But Page's story takes an unusual turn. He planned to enter his airship in a competition for a $100,000 prize at the 1904 Louisiana Purchase Exposition in St. Louis.
He took his life savings. He built a working model, tested it at his home in Pineville, and then shipped it off by train to St. Louis, Missouri, where he was going to fly the airplane in St. Louis, Missouri, and then become a chapter in all of our history books.
But the aircraft never arrived at the World's Fair.
His plane was destroyed or stolen, possibly due to the fact he was an African American.
Page got a patent for his airship in 1906 before the Wright brothers. But Page's story takes an unusual turn.
It's circling back in it.
So
did he say Pineville?
Yeah,
like Charlotte. He was from Pineville.
I would have to look into it, but I do think that's what they was talking about.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and basically, so black people invented the planes, and we didn't even know that.
What?
The aroma.
Oh. Go ahead, Johnny. I don't know too much about it, but Johnny
got hungry.
I think it's time to toss the alley over there.
Oh yeah, I'll catch that one.
But if you could date a woman and then not date her and then be friends, my bad. What's your question?
Well, we've actually done this on the pod before. This is a revisit, if you would.
Okay.
But the
circle
question
back.
A what?
A circle back.
Oh, a circle back.
A fair reassessment.
I like that. But the question was, do you think men and women can be friends platonically? And I was gonna have a caveat, like, and how important is sex within that friendship? It's like if you don't have sex, like,
so it's not platonic, right?
Well, if you're not in a relationship, I'm saying I'm just saying if after you have sex with somebody, can you still be friends? Or before you have sex, can you be friends? If you haven't slept with the woman and you've been friends.
All right, now you get into like 4 to 5 different questions.
Well, that's what.
Which one would you like us to?
Can men and women be friends?
Can men and women be platonic friends?
Platonic
friends? It's only one. And then the next one would also be, can you go back to being friends after having sex with each other?
Right.
Okay. All right. Can men and women be friends if nobody dropped anybody off? No home visits. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it ain't something that I try. It has never worked for me. So I would say in my personal life, no.
Oh,
okay. I don't believe so. But have people done it? Probably so.
So you don't have no women friends.
I don't have any women friends.
Okay.
I ain't never really even been able to sustain women friends without having some kind of sexual, like that was never a thing for me growing up. It's never been a thing.
Okay, so you said without having any sex. So what about if you have sex? Can you still then?
Well, let us all answer first and then go to the next. That's the evolution of the question.
I think it sounds good. Like it should be able to happen for sure. It should be able to happen for sure. But I believe that like most dudes, I know that I wouldn't just go befriend, and that's because I guess it was just my mindset as a young man. Like I'd never befriended nobody that was just somebody unattractive that I would never want to drop. How many niggas just befriend the ugliest girl and be like, yeah, that's my friend. You kind of pick your friend based on some, if we being honest, that's when back in the day when I was
ain't never met a funny chick that was just like hilarious and like. You knew you weren't.
I can say I met one, but you knew you weren't going to do nothing. It depends on what you consider friend. So, like when I use the word friend, it actually mean like a little bit more. But what do you mean friend? Then maybe we may have to start there. Because when I'm talking about somebody you spend time with and talk to on the phone and shit, like a homie. I mean, but if you ain't got no relationship with her, then it's not a friend.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm talking about like a homie, like a homie.
Oh yeah, I don't believe you can have that level of closeness and just be like, no. It depends on. I couldn't. I won't say you. I say I couldn't. Does that answer? I feel like that's a good enough answer for me. That's my answer.
Yeah,
my honest answer.
Do I believe that can men and women be platonic friends? I say yes. I think that a previous version, maybe in the first season, I might have said no, or something like
season
that.
1, yeah,
yeah. But I think. There's an evolution as a guy, or at least as me, I guess I'll say as that I had to go to as not explicitly looking, or no, there's a revaluing of women that I had to go through, in which there is an initial part where as guys we objectify women, and so there's a piece where we almost don't necessarily care if you are funny or smart or like any of these different things. And as I've kind of like slowed down, settled down, and kind of like I just use the word matured, there is a bunch of value, and I think that there's like a bunch of funny and fly different little perspectives or intelligent perspectives that women can and do have, especially wit, in which
looking at me for.
I'm not looking at you, bro. I zoned it. My bad.
In which, yeah, like I said, I can see how men and women can be platonic friends easily. Where as long as you're valuing the human as just the human and not like a specific object of the opposite sex in which I want to have sex with. Because that's when
you have friends, like you got friends,
female friends. Yeah. But this then goes into how you were defining the word friend. And so like I personally in general don't just like talk on the phone to a bunch of people. I don't like do it. Like I don't do most of those things that y'all were saying. So like there's like a smaller baseline to it. When it comes down to like, are there people that I'm casually like acquainted with that like, yes, but that I value and I have
you
no
don't even talk
attraction.
on friends with your like on the phone with your friends most of the time. Like none of us do. Like I don't talk like on the phone with
that's
friends.
like
we can say talk on the phone. We talking about what is the friendship? I don't know if you don't talk to the person if you rarely talk to them and you don't go anywhere and see them. What the fuck is it, a friend or not? Like I don't know how we're defining the friendship.
We're talking about like somebody that you spend time with, like on
exactly
a regular. It ain't got to be like every day or every week, but it's a regular enough to where you know and
you would
see this
consider them a
person.
friend. Okay.
Somebody said,
yeah, my circle is like mad small. So it's not
no.
even.
The short
no, the
no.
answer would be no because of how the answer would be no.
Okay, so all of that sounds good.
But the thing the thing is like that applies to like 3 people then. Like the people that I like literally by how y'all defined it, pretty much, I guess the guys in the room would be like my only friends by that metric.
That's about my
and that's what I'm saying. But like, do I think that I have friends outside of like this metric that we're talking about? Yes. So like, how are you defining it?
So
matters
you
everything.
have. All right, fuck it.
I
don't really care
answered
that
the other question and said yes. There's people that like I'm females that I'm acquainted with, but I don't like, I don't call guy friends or female friends. Like, I think the question you was about to ask about the ask that. So like, it's not a thing that sets up either way across the board.
So okay, all right. Let's go ahead. We're gonna
I'll
just
say, Q, do you have female friends that you call after being married? Be honest. Do you still talk to those women after you got married that you spoke to her before?
Again, the same thing applies, because I'm not one that's making the next question. Like the next part.
You don't got female friends, bro. That she just said that, bro. It just this all of this is the explanation of how it could hypothetically work. But
no, that's not like, that's how you want to frame it. And I just explicitly said like. No, because you keep not listening to the other part of what I'm saying. Yeah, then you keep not listening to that, and feel like if you want to sit it inside that box, that's cool.
It's people who was friends at different points. Where
like
we didn't stop being friends. We just at different points.
Right, but my thing is like, this is also explicitly, I'm not talking about people that I had sex with.
Yeah.
So then that's where I don't agree with that part. Like, I can't specifically say like I agree that if we done pop, that we just gonna relieve all that that chemistry. But there's females that I'm not attracted to that I'm cool with, and we can have casual conversations all the time. Mm-hmm. And it's not a thing at all. Again, if we then start like defining it as like somebody that you see all the time, or you call and you talk
to twice,
that is such a small little group.
Y'all going from one extreme to the other.
I didn't go
from
to an extreme. Is it
extreme?
Is it extreme if we just go from what you defined it as? It's not extreme.
You're saying now you just defined it as that all the time.
No. Talk on the phone at all. I don't talk on the phone with nobody.
We'll take that off. What are you defining?
People that I see all the like. Quest is a friend. I don't see Quest, but maybe like once every 4 months. Like, but he's my homie. Rich is a friend, and I see Rich once a year.
Friend that you talk to more than you talk to Quest, or see more than you see Quest. That's a friend
for sure.
So okay. Well, then if that's the case, I would assume. I don't necessarily believe it, but I'll say.
Oh, okay.
I'll say yeah.
There's nothing I can do to convince the thing, and that's okay.
I'll be around a good bit. I mean, I feel like niggas would know a little bit to know that if it was a friend around, that nigga be that.
Look, again, like how you're defining friend is like such a vague term. Bro. Like it's people that at the wedding that we just had that I look at as friends that I hadn't seen in 3-4 years.
Okay.
But do we like there's some version of like whatever? But that's what I'm saying. Like how succinctly do we want to define friend?
I mean, hey, I got some people that I was cool with from high school that I was friends with them that I still consider them friends.
Do you still communicate with them on some version?
No.
All right, then we talking about different.
But I still consider them friends, bro.
I think that's good then.
So what about like people who you got on your Facebook that you talk to, or like you might comment under their statuses or something like that? Like
you asking me?
What kind
of, he's asking you.
And I guess that's what it is. A lot of people put what is it called? Like
basic casual friendship.
Friend is very inclusive. It's a very inclusive word.
It's not accomplice. What is
acquaintance?
Acquaintance, yeah.
Yeah.
You got friends and then you got acquaintances, and I guess that's what some people define differently.
That's what for me. There's a difference. There's people that like consider like my friends are my homies.
Yeah,
like if it's a friend, like to me, that's what I call my friends. Like I still can fuck with you at a period. There's a period of time we was hanging tight. Like, but if I I don't know. I don't need to like have to extend my friend group to be right in the conversation.
So you don't think there's no value in having women friends, like in having like a diversity of friends, and like a friend that's like a friend that's like good at this, a friend that's good at that, a friend that's a great mother, a friend that's a good like this fight. It's like women, like it's way more than just sex.
You also talking to a man that's been married for almost 15 years. So the thing is that it sounds good, right? I believe that women can contribute to your life in different ways, and you don't necessarily have to have a
the reason it doesn't work is because like if it's just a friendship and there's trust and stuff there, why wouldn't it be an issue?
Hey, you asking me? Ask all of the niggas that done been through it.
But why would you say that? Because you married for 15 years, you can't have women.
No, what I realize is not worth it. It's not worth it. All of the extra conversation and turmoil. It makes my life so much simpler to not like court or speak with a woman that's like that on a regular, any kind of regular basis. Because to me, a friendship is more than just like. And again, if we're gonna use it loosely to where I could not see you for 3 years and you're still my friend, then okay, then maybe you can do that. Because hell, if I would have got married a little bit ago, who knows? If at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, bro. Like what I would say is that for me, it makes my life a lot more simple, and it's not as serious to me to like try to find. Which, like I said, growing up, I never really had female friends like that. Generally, when I was growing up, I would be friend. And we would get close. We would talk regularly. That means that I probably was trying to go further than friendship. And generally, that's how I was. And that's what happened. So I didn't grow up with a whole bunch of like female friends and girls that I just talked to and
like
had
cousins.
a friend.
Right, but that's different than like putting that on marriage. That's just like, it seems like that's not something that you
I'm bringing it all. I'm saying it's never been that way for me. And then in my life, I realized like it doesn't make sense for me to start doing that because it just brings up more fucking issues than it's worth.
Your situation, like starting at 19, like you got married at 19.
Yeah.
So it's like at 19, like you don't necessarily have those friendships at 19. I think probably a good amount of my real friendship with women relationships.
And some of that ends up being like, because I think a great example of it would be one of the game nights we had. It was a couple that came here that I met through one of I'm gonna try not to just say specific names just because we on the pod. Through one of Todd's good friends, and like we was at a function, but even then when I think we actually had this conversation there on that pod, but they gave really great perspective where they were there because of he was friends and co-workers with one of Todd's friends. And like he's a male, she's a female, but obviously like his girl knows her. Like they come to functions, the whole thing. And they have a cool, you know what I mean, relationship, and it's his own thing. But like they fuck with each other outside of like something that deals with like a sexual dynamic of any sort. And it's just like, oh no, you're a funny person or you're a cool person.
That's a big thing with friends, and like if you're gonna be like a woman, there has to be like a common interest or something.
Yeah,
that's not like sexual or like dating.
And you
that kind of
incorporate your old lady,
and then
too.
you can bring yours, she can bring hers, and it still stay cordial and cool. But the women,
well, if it's cordial and cool, it shouldn't have to stay. It just will continue.
Just
being
be cordial and cool. But it's like, but women be I don't say they always the best friends, but like there's a lot of benefit to having women friends that you're not having sex with, like because the sex complicated.
Yeah, I think.
And like there's sometimes you probably shouldn't have smashed and would have had a way better friend, but you end up smashing and making it complicated, end up missing out.
No, all the ones I smashed, I wanted to smash. That was cool.
You said what?
I don't think I smashed anyone that I wanted to retract and just be friends.
I mean, sometimes.
Well, let me stop and think about that.
Go back.
Y'all keep talking. I might have to walk it back, but at the moment inside,
you don't remember.
I just want my friend back. No, I don't want my friend back.
You don't want your friend. He say, "Fuck it."
Yeah,
but okay. So then that answers the second part. So once sex is introduced, that could ruin the friendship, and if the relationship don't work out, then it's no chance of being friends.
I think it's such a blurry line. It's too tough. And then if you actually get married, or if like you're in a real relationship, shorty's not really gonna go for it. So whether you want to do the mental gymnastics yourself, it ain't gonna work in the long run. So that's, to me, it's just one you should just go ahead and tap out. Because there's no way that you would like her still being friends with a guy she used to fuck.
Absolutely. I ain't gonna say absolutely not, but that's a tough
one. What's a scenario that you would like?
I probably wouldn't. Like, yeah.
All right. So
but that's why I said absolutely. I didn't want to say absolutely because they're.
So what's the scenario?
I don't know. Give me a minute. Like you
say absolutely then.
Yeah, it's just
absolutely not. Fuck it. Absolutely not. Yeah, like nah. I can't think of it. So, but I don't know. It might be a thing where it could happen. But so you would think it ain't no chance. Like if it's.
I don't think that it makes any sense at all.
Oh, that's true.
Like it's probably one that you, even if this, because truthfully, if you pick well, you'd be like, man, these are fire people that I used to talk to. And even like, you know what I mean? Like when you can like just be platonic and shit, cool. But the reality is that once a real relationship or marriage, anything like that is introduced, you got to tap it out. Because there's like a deeper underlining piece to the puzzle that you don't want to like. It's still a thing there.
It's too much to risk.
Yes, yeah.
I get it. No, that's
and they could be fired. People that you meet and they be females that you done pop. But I don't regret it.
No regrets.
It just be like, yeah, friendships don't gotta be the friendship.
I don't regret none of this shit I done got.
Hey man, I wish I never hit that.
Real hate this shit. Look at
man, I wish I never hit that.
Why do I hate it?
You is like you straight facing the hell out of it.
Oh no, I was just
you look like this when they was playing Not Like Us on the Joe Budden podcast.
I was reading the comment. I was just reading a comment about seeing if he agreed or disagreed with what you were saying. But I guess he was talking about something.
Hey, read them last couple comments, so we'll get up out of here.
Okay. Attraction has nothing to do with the question that I asked. The question that I asked is, do you still speak to women that is not your lady on the phone regularly after getting married?
My answer still was I never spoke to women on the phone.
He don't even talk to his friends on the phone.
That's like you're just putting the question at a weird spot. So by that the answer is still no.
I think that's like a middle school thing. Like adult friendships with women is different than middle school friendships with women. I feel like that.
Yeah, I just don't.
Adult friendships.
I think
in general,
the fact that I never seen my dad talk on the phone. It just makes me never like specifically talk on the phone like that.
I talk on the phone all the time. Should I talk the tone all the time on the like fucking?
I'm not saying that denotes anything. I'm speaking specifically for me. Why I don't
address what you said at the beginning though. It was a key you had said that I think is important, and it's that you can have a relationship, you can have a friendship with women as a man, but you also have to be very in tune with yourself in order to do that. Like you have to recognize, like you might have an area where you look at women only as sexual. And you have to learn how to get past that. And you have to be honest with yourself about that. I think every man should come to a point where they do see women beyond sex objects. Like you should, if you're just thinking of women as sex objects, that's just an unhealthy mindset for real. I do think you should get to a point as a man where you overcome that. But a lot of men have that issue. And you have to be able to acknowledge that, I think, before you can be in a friendship with women. Same as a woman would have to be able to acknowledge whatever her, like if she has the potential to fall for you or something like that, she would have to acknowledge that. Like I do think it depends on people. So yeah, I mean, like depends on the person. I'm not gonna sit there and say no or yes. I've seen some people do it successfully. I've seen some people who just can't deal with it and they honest with themselves. They know they can't be a part of their relationship. Like it's just not gonna work.
Yeah, and I think that the common interest thing definitely is a big one that Johnny talked about. And you probably shouldn't be attracted to that person. That also helps all of it.
That does. But I still think like that's about discipline. Cause like none of us fuck every attractive woman out there. Like and like so I mean like just because she's attractive don't mean like she's a match.
No, I get it. I'm probably gonna steer away from like
or that you should sleep with her or something. Like somebody can just be beautiful and bad and me. Nah, I'm probably gonna want to do it, but it don't mean you have to do it. Or like you can like it's a discipline thing. Like if you ain't got no dick discipline and you can't trust yourself around women, then you probably shouldn't. But if you like if you cool, it's no reason to not because you know what to do and you know what not to do, and that's so yeah.
All right. You have to be very uncomfortable with yourself in order to not be able to be friends with a person of the opposite sex.
You have to be very uncomfortable with yourself.
To be what?
In order to not be able to be friends with a person of the opposite sex.
Very uncomfortable with yourself. I don't know if that I specifically agree with that.
Do your wives have male friends? Not co-workers or your friends, but her own male friends?
No.
Taj has a guy that's married that lives overseas that like she's cool with.
Yeah, Susie used to have like years ago when we were married. It was a guy, Cliff, cool older dude. He lived across the street from her parents, and then of course when they lived, you know what I mean, they were cool. That was some years ago though. They pretty much I'm pretty sure she would still call him a friend, but they not. I mean, they don't talk or chill any like that's some years ago shit.
Yeah,
but they still would consider each other friends.
That's what I said.
But
Like,
I don't call it. I don't. To answer your question in the way that you mean it, the answer is no.
A man looking at a woman for sex is the same statement as a woman looking for a man for money. It can go either way.
What I'm talking about right now?
Now I'm trying to think about that statement.
Hey,
a man looking for
a woman looking.
That's
for
like
sex.
his own topic.
It sounds backward. A man looking for a woman.
But it's agreeable,
right.
I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, if you talk
like
about
that's like a really red pill, like
sex.
straightforward red pill point right there. We're saying men want women for sex, women want men for permission.
Yeah, I just think that, in my opinion, like I said, like what I would consider a friend would be somebody that I'd be willing to be vulnerable with and tell like what's going on, and you know what I mean. That's how I am. Like, and so me in that it just doesn't work well in my growing up. It never worked well for me, so it doesn't even make sense to even try. Like to get to a friend to say like a
why
friendship level.
Does it not work well because like it's something where like somebody else is gonna get jealous or somebody ends up crossing the line or somebody catches
like
feelings?
I've not since I've not done it. So my thing would be is that to me friendship is the level of closeness. I don't really want to. I don't have a care to get close to another woman in a way to where I being, you know what I mean, to like. Because when I say friendship, I mean like friends.
Do you look at your lady like your friend?
Yes, she is my friend. She been my homie for we've been like too long to not be my friend. You know what I mean?
Well, that might go more into it then.
Yeah, it's just been a long time. So like, I don't know. I just feel like to me, a friendship, what it would mean to me would be much more communication than I think is good for either side. Like I wouldn't want her to like be looking for a dude and be talking to me all the time. Like that shit ain't gonna help you. Like, you know what I mean?
But a woman
statement.
friendship can help because like me and my old lady going through something. I can go and talk and get a woman's perspective. And there's been times
I think y'all talking about that green bubble on Instagram.
What I mean to say is that
I said y'all talking about that green bubble on Instagram.
Close friend.
What I mean to say is that
don't be cooking chicken on the close friend.
Me being her friend ain't gonna help her if she's in a relationship. Like it's the fact that we have this level of closeness. It's gonna be tough for niggas to get over that kind of shit. Just like I wouldn't want my wife to try to figure out how to get over me having a friend. You know, okay, so would you ever dated a woman that had like a male really close friend?
Not a straight one. So I said like
okay, so like could you ever put yourself in a situation where you think about like she like you feeling her and she talked to this dude like pretty like he's a friend, what we really could categorize as a real friend.
That's like best friend type.
Like,
I'm just saying,
but I'm saying I've had women best
friend.
friends, like, and like we've never done anything. Maybe a kiss on the cheek, that's it. Over like,
was it because she friend zoned you?
Never tried.
Was she attractive to you?
She was all right. She wasn't ugly, but that wasn't something where I was like, oh, I'm gonna go and like. I tried to put the homies on and stuff, and like she was cute.
If she would have said okay, would you have hit?
I would have thought about it. I ain't saying I would have did it, but like, cause it would have been really weird. Like it legit would have been like, oh shit, we're doing like it would have been weird as hell. So we never tried, and we just stayed friends. And like she lives overseas now, so we don't talk all the time. But it's like that was my like best friend for years. Everybody knew that we never tried anything, so it's definitely possible. And like I would go, like she would help me.
Said you with who?
He ain't gonna say her name. Ellie.
Oh, he just said a name.
That's when Kanye was like,
"Nah,
them doctors
he know who I'm talking about.
That ain't."
But
ain't gonna say it,
but like we was friends for years, and like I would have women problems, and that'd be like the first person I'd call.
Yeah,
I'm feeling like this. You think what you think is going on, and yada, and like to me, I think that helped me understand women and life in general a lot better because I got to learn stuff from other people's perspective.
I ain't never had that version of a female friend.
Let me ask you this: if you were to meet a woman, let's say while y'all were best friends, if you were to meet a woman and she told you she was uncomfortable with that friendship, what decision would you make? If you actually this woman was somebody that you wanted to be,
now trying to marry her,
maturity and based on, you know what I mean, you're being intentional, and this is the thing, like what decision do you make? You
gotta choose your wife or the woman that you want to be your wife. Like, I mean, it might.
But what about? I mean, but she was
getting over.
I'm talking about just like before when y'all start dating it ain't as far as.
Well, no, I just met you. No, I'm not changing.
You ain't gonna date her if you just met her.
But I'm talking about like, well, usually you meet people, and then this has been my friend for 20 plus years. I met you 6 months ago. Why would I?
No, I get it. I just think that it just, I mean, in the grand scheme, I think it should be able to be done. I don't know if the two sexes trust each other enough for that to be for us to normalize it.
That's the issue. Like we should be able to.
And
be
then
friends.
I think that like at a certain point, you shouldn't be so confident in your ability to have discipline. Like it sounds good, like, oh, I ain't done it in such.
But the only way you're gonna do it is try.
But is it worth it? Do you think that what is the necessity of it? At some point, it's like, what is
if you take gender out of it, you
shouldn't have friends at all.
Interesting person or a fire person, that you have fire commentary or like all the other things that you end up building friendship. Like I got people that I just randomly talk about basketball shit with all the time, or like all these random different little spaces. And so if those would probably be like where you connect that, then that's easy because it's not based on any like space of specific vulnerability or anything like that. But yeah,
yeah,
I want to pick go to
friends I'm just sitting here with right now, so I can.
Yeah, like, it just doesn't. It sounds good.
It's like that. For the most part, for most of my years, I've been able to have female friends. Like, and even now, like with my girl now, she wouldn't care about me having no female friends.
How did your female friendships end?
Kind of just we wasn't in the same vicinity anymore.
Yeah,
and you just grow apart sometimes.
Yeah, I
even my male friendships end like that sometimes.
Right.
It's not in the same vicinity.
But then see, the thing is that like how many of those women did you actually like, or quote love, or would have been willing to date?
About the ones who was around me was my homies. Like, and it's still a few who I miss hanging with. Like, we literally just used to dog on.
He didn't, but it's okay. It's okay. Can you get the let's get the charge? But I think we over time.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I wasn't trying to get with every single girl I talked to. I wouldn't even miss. I ain't gonna say I wouldn't. I've had attractive friends that I wasn't trying to be with.
But you would have dropped.
No, if I don't want to ruin the relationship, no. I determined that a long time ago.
Turning down pussy, Bill.
Put it like this: if you're gonna be friends with a woman, if you determine you're gonna be, and if
you
determine that you're gonna be friends with a woman, you have to
prestige.
determine that at the beginning that you're not gonna have sex with her. Like you kind of have to determine that from the get go. Like it's a literal switch that turns on. Like we're not doing anything.
Yeah, that shit sound good.
But it's possible. That's
you over there comforting her off for some shit that's got her fucked up. You know,
but I guess like every friendship, you don't have to do that.
No. I'm just, I'm really just making a joke. That's like some movie shit. That was like some movie shit, like a joke.
You don't have to go like
it was a joke in there, but I'm gonna listen.
Y'all made me miss a good point.
Sometimes the good part about being a friend to the woman is if you're not trying to have sex with her and she comes to you talking about somebody else, you're not giving her the advice.
I don't want to hear all that shit either. I ain't got time for that.
Hey, no, the girls got the best. They got the best tea, bro. They be knowing they be knowing some shit.
I don't want to hear your goddamn story. I got enough shit going on in my life, enough responsibility. I don't want to hear your fucking tea.
The best shit, bro.
I don't listen to fucking tea. I'm a grown ass man. I don't want to hear that shit.
Like
what Kyrie say, I'm a grown ass man. That shit.
Yeah, ain't talking about tea.
Want to hear all that tea,
bro? The gossip be fire, bro. You be like, wait a minute, she sleeping with who?
It is a soap opera.
Something that you know that you don't necessarily know that she know because she around us.
Oh no, listen.
That come in handy.
Come on, man. Let's wrap this thing.
Your old lady gonna give you the tea anyway. So
the tea be fire from the old lady tea actually be better.
Yeah,
the old lady tea actually be better.
Tar said it's a disaster waiting to happen. Maybe not today or next year or even 5 years, but I don't know any female/male friends that don't eventually try something.
Yeah, I don't fuck. The smartest thing is to leave that shit alone, in my opinion.
It's why when you are in a happy relationship, it doesn't even cross your mind. This is the first time I thought about it in years because I'm happily married and can spend that time with my husband. Tar, your mind has to be there in order to cross the line. I agree, but in every case, someone's mind is there or nothing happens and eventually they're not friends anymore. Usually when one becomes serious with someone else.
Yeah,
I mean,
but it's like mad male friends also.
Yeah.
Like people get isolated and just be where they at.
I know you see the homie that get in a relationship and get
just
married
be gone
and disappear.
Yeah.
And this is so like
I might actually had to back off from one of my friends, like the same friend I was talking about. Like she got married, and I backed up, not because he said anything to me or she said anything, but it was like I could clearly tell that he wasn't comfortable with it, and they was married at this time. So I'm like, marriage is a whole different thing than like boyfriend girlfriend. Like we had dealt with that junk. Me and her had been friends for years, so it's like we had dealt with that before. But it was like he didn't say anything, and it was just obvious that he was kind of uncomfortable. And I was like, I can understand. Like I'm just gonna back off. I ain't make no announcement about it or anything. Like
you saved their relationship.
I don't know. I still like I miss my friend. That's one thing I do know. I miss my friend. That was a good friend to have, but I also understood that as a good friend to her, that I needed to honor the fact that she like that she's in a marriage and that they're trying to build their marriage, and that I don't want to be the person that's like messing that up in any type of way, making her husband uncomfortable or anything like that.
I would say that it's not really worth it. At the end of the day, like that shit, I mean, it should be able to happen, but like that shit really don't be worth it in the long run. It's because it generally will. If you are actual friends, that shit will come up, bro. It wouldn't even be worth having a conversation about.
Actual friends,
if you're actual friends,
then they probably shouldn't. If you're not really friends and one of them's looking to do something more and take it, then
no. What I'm talking about when I say
if you're actually friends,
well, try it out, Johnny. I think that you should.
I told you I've been friends with women and never tried it.
I'm talking about
I thought we're still friends. 20 years. I'm 34. I met her when I was 14, and we still friends. It could happen. But we'll land that plane because that was a turbulent ride. We were flying through them storms. But before we get out of here, I want to tell everybody to tap in with us on all socials at the To Be Fair Show, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads. Leave a comment below if you're still with us. We appreciate you. Hit the subscribe button. Get all your notifications. This was a good one. I'm your host, Johnny P.
Over here, real.
It's Q.
And we out.
Oh, damn. I just realized.